గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ సార్.
ప్రసన్న గారు కూడా అటెండ్ అవుతున్నారు సార్. వైజాగ్ లో ఉన్నారంటే వచ్చేస్తాం.
నేను మార్నింగ్ మాట్లాడా, వైజాగ్ లో ఉన్నారు.
అదే అదే సార్ చెప్పారు. సార్ స్పీకర్ అటెండ్ అలాగనే సార్. సార్ విశ్వనాథ్ గారు సార్.
ఓకే సార్, కమెంట్స్ చేయొచ్చండి.
ప్రేమ్చంద్ కాశీ గారు వచ్చారా?
ఫోటో కనపడుతుంది.
ఓకే 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 సార్. గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ సార్ ప్రేమ్ గారు.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ సార్.
సార్ ప్రసన్న గారు వస్తున్నారు.
మనస్పరికి జాయిన్ అవ్వాలి. అవునండి,
అవును సార్.
17 మంది.
నెలలో సబ్జెక్ట్ దగ్గర లేకపోతే 5 ఏళ్ళు మర్చిపోయింది. మీరు చచ్చండి ఏదో ఒకటి ఉంటుంది మళ్ళీ తెచ్చుకోవడానికి. నేను ఇంకా మొన్న టీడీఎస్ చెప్తుంటే సెక్షన్ చెప్పాను. ఏంటిది అసలు టీడీఎస్ ఏంటి, డిడక్టర్ ఎవరు, డిడక్టివ్ ఎవరు గుర్తు తెచ్చుకొని
విశ్వనాథ్ గారు 2 minutes సార్. మనకి ప్రసన్న గారిది కొంచెం ఇంటర్నెట్ ప్రాబ్లం అంటే సెల్ లోనే కనెక్ట్ అవుతాను. 2 minutes అన్నారు సార్.
అలాగే సార్.
ఏదండి
ఇంటర్నెట్ ఏదో ప్రాబ్లం ఉందండి, సెల్ లో కనెక్ట్ అవుతాను. కనెక్ట్ అవుతాను.
సార్ గంగారావు గారు మొక్కలు కొన్నారా?
సార్ ఒక కాలేజీతో ఇదయ్యాం సార్. 8వ తారీఖున చేద్దామని ప్రోగ్రామ్. ఆ 8ని వాళ్ళు చెప్పారు కదా, అదే రోజు చేద్దామని.
అంటే మన మిగతా వాళ్ళందరూ ఏంటంటే రేపు సండే కదా, రేపు లాగిచ్చేస్తున్నారు చాలా మంది. అంటే జనం రారేమో అని. మేము గుంటూరు బ్రాంచ్ అయితే రేపు చేస్తున్నారు సార్. మీ వాకదానను ప్లాంటేషన్ అంతా రేపు చేస్తున్నారు.
నేను 8th ప్లాన్ చేశాను సార్. 8th మార్నింగ్ 9 ఆ ప్రాంతాల్లో.
రాజమండ్రి వాళ్ళు కూడా రేపు చేశారు సార్. రేపే చేశారు.
రేపు చేస్తారు. పదయాత్రలో చాలా చేశారు. ర్యాలీస్ గట్రా వీళ్ళు రాజమండ్రి వాళ్ళు చాలా చేశారు. Luckily he got so many members actually for participation.
లేదు సార్, రా ఇప్పుడు ఎంతమంది గుంటూ మనం పాదయాత్ర అంటే చాడేగొండ ఎంతమంది వస్తారు సార్? పెద్ద కష్టమే. స్టూడెంట్స్ ని పిల్లలు మొత్తాన్ని కదా.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. రెండోది మొన్ననే ఎగ్జామ్స్ అయ్యాయి, అందరూ రిలాక్స్డ్ మూడ్ లో ఉన్నారు. అది సో ప్లాంటేషన్ మాత్రం 8th ప్లాన్ చేశాను. అది ఒకటి చేసేస్తాను. ఏం ప్లాన్ చేస్తున్నారు సార్ సుభాష్ గారు? ఏమైనా కొత్తదైనా ప్లాన్ చేస్తున్నారా ప్రోగ్రామ్?
ఇంకా లేదు సార్. ఈ వాటిలోనే బిజీ అయిపోయింది.
కొద్దిగా రిసోర్స్ పర్సన్ చూడండి, ఏఎస్ ను కోడ్ ఆఫ్ ఎథిక్స్ రెండు కలిపి కొట్టేద్దాం.
కోడ్ ఆఫ్ ఎథిక్స్ అంటే ప్రసన్న కుమార్ గారే రావాలని మరి చూద్దామని ఒకసారి.
ప్రసన్న కుమార్ గారు చెప్తారా నేను ఒకటే నాకు, బట్ మిగిలిన వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు ఎవరో, వాళ్ళని కాస్త మొబిలైజ్ చేస్తే చేసేయచ్చు.
ప్రసన్న గారు చూస్తున్నారు సార్ కోడ్ ఆఫ్ ఎథిక్స్ అయితే మనం
చూస్తున్నారా?
డైరెక్ట్ చైర్పర్సన్ తో మాట్లాడిస్తున్నారు సార్.
అలాతే ఆయన్ని కాస్త మొబిలైజ్ చేయండి, చేస్తే ఏదో రోజు
ఆయన చెప్పారు సార్, మనం డేట్ ఫిక్స్ చేసుకుని ఆయన చెప్తే దాన్ని బట్టి చెప్తాను. ఎందుకంటే మనం రెండు కంపల్సరీ చేయాలి సార్, ఏఎస్ ఒకటి కోడ్ ఆఫ్ ఎథిక్స్ కంపల్సరీ.
రెండు కలిపి కంబైన్ చేసేయండి, 1.5 hours 1.5 hours 3 hours అయిపోతుంది మనకి.
ఓకే,
అది బాగుంటది.
అదొకటి చేయాలి సార్. ఇప్పుడు మనం మళ్ళీ కొత్త సిలబస్ గురించి మళ్ళీ మనం
కొత్త సిలబస్ కి ఓకే, అది ఆల్రెడీ వీడియోస్ చాలా వచ్చేసాయి, ఎవరికి వాళ్ళు రెడీ అయిపోయారు దాంట్లో. మళ్ళీ మనకంటే కూడా సూపర్ గా తయారైపోయాయి వీడియోస్. అది కూడా ఇంకోటి, లేదంటే ఐటీఆర్ ఫార్మ్స్ గురించి కూడా ఒకటి చేసుకోవచ్చు సార్. అంటే రీసెంట్ చేంజెస్ అయిపోయాయి కదా ఫార్మ్స్ అన్ని, ఒకసారి అప్లోడ్ ట్రస్ట్ లో ఒకటి చేయాలి యాక్చువల్ గా. నాకు రిసోర్స్ పర్సన్ దొరకట్లేదు ట్రస్ట్ చేయడానికి. రెండోదేమో కొత్త శ్రీనివాస్ గారు ఏమో ప్రామిస్ చేశారు టీసీఎస్ చెప్తాను, బట్ ఆయన టైం అవైలబిలిటీ దొరకట్లేదు, అదొకటి చెయ్యాలి మనం. దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ ఇన్ పైప్ లైన్స్. ఇంకా తర్వాత వస్తూనే ఉంటాయి మనకి ఏదో ఒకటి ప్రోగ్రామ్ కొత్త.
మా ఊర్లో కేవీఆర్ సుబ్బారావు ఒక స్పీకర్ ఉన్నారు సార్.
సార్ చెప్పండి సార్, చెప్పండి.
గుంటూరులో కేవీఆర్ సుబ్బారావు ఒక స్పీకర్ ఉన్నారు, విన్నారా పేరు?
ఎప్పుడే ఒక్కసారి లీలగా ఇచ్చేసాను సార్.
ఆయన కొద్దిగా ట్రస్ట్ లో ఎక్స్పర్టైజ్ సార్.
సార్ ఆయనకి ప్లీజ్ ఎంగేజ్ చేసేయండి సార్.
మీరు వెనక మాట్లాడతారంటే ఆయన డేట్ అడుగుతాను సార్.
ఆయన డేట్ అడగండి సార్.
చెప్పండి సార్, పర్లేదు. ఆయన
మనకి ఏ రోజైనా పర్వాలా, డేట్ అండ్ టైం
నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ లో పెట్టుకోండి సార్. నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ లో
తప్పకుండా సార్, ప్లీజ్. తప్పకుండా సార్, ప్లీజ్.
2 hours
పడండి సార్.
2 hours చెప్తారు అనుకోండి, 5 to 7 hours.
చాలు సార్. మనం మామూలుగా 3 hours పర్మిషన్ తీసుకుంటాము, అండ్ 5:50 5:30 స్టార్ట్ అయినా అప్పుడు మనకి 2 hours క్లియర్ గా అయిపోతుంది.
అదే
ప్రసన్న కుమార్ గారు జాయిన్ అయ్యారు సార్.
నేను ఇక్కడ చాలాసేపు నుంచి ఉన్నాను.
మేము మీకోసం వెయిటింగ్ సార్.
అలాగే సార్, గంగారం గారు తర్వాత ఈయన ముప్పాల సుబ్బారావు ఏమో మాట్లాడు మొత్తం చెప్పేమని చెప్పేస్తాను మీకు ఇప్పుడు.
అలాగే సార్, మీరు వింటే చెప్పడం అలా ఉంటారు సార్.
ఈ యొక్క బ్లెస్సింగ్స్ తోనే మేము ముందరికి వెళ్తున్నాం సార్. చేయగలం చెప్పండి. We cannot do any of the things actually.
మీ నెట్వర్క్ ఏదో బాగాలేదు అన్నారు సార్, అందుకని.
అదేమిటంటే ఇది ఐప్యాడ్ రావట్లేదండి. ఐప్యాడ్ క్వాలిటీ బాగుంటుంది, ఐప్యాడ్ సమ్ ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది. ఐప్యాడ్ మాకేంటే ఇది జియో కనెక్షన్ ఉంటుందండి, అది కనెక్షన్ ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చింది వాళ్ళ. సో దాని గురించి మళ్ళీ ప్రాపర్ ప్లేస్ కి వచ్చేసి దీంట్లో మొబైల్ నుంచి అటెండ్ అవుతున్నది. అర్థం చేయలేదు.
సార్ రవికిరణ్ గారు కామెంట్స్ చేయొచ్చా సార్?
నరేష్ గిల్లి గారు బహుశా బిజీగా ఉంటుంటారు.
అవును సార్. ఓకే సార్, విశ్వనాథ్ గారు స్టార్ట్.
Very good evening to one and all. I welcome all to the half-day seminar on blockchain and triple entry accounting by Mr. Premchand Kasi. So we are assembled here today for this seminar as well as a few other announcements. In this regard, let's commence the program by the ICI motto song first.
మీకు మొత్తం ఎంసీవీ 19 లక్షలు కలుపుతారు రాజగోపాల్ గారు. ఏదైతే ఉంది 19
కృష్ణ
ఎలాగంటే 2 కోట్లకి 50 లక్షలు కట్టుకుంటే నేను బయటకి 1,50,000 ఉందండి. ఆ 1,50,000 ఫండ్ ఎక్కడ ఉందంటే ఈ అకౌంట్ లో 1 కోటి రూపాయలు 21 లక్షలు
కృష్ణ
అకౌంట్ లో ఉంటుందండి.
ఇది ఉంది ఇక్కడ ఉందంటారు.
ఎవరండి
మిగతా వాళ్ళు అన్ని చేయండి సార్.
అన్మ్యూట్ చేసి పెట్టాను.
Thank you, sir. So I request West Godavari District Branch Chairman Vandana Ravikiran Garu to kindly give a welcome address.
Hello, everyone. Warm welcome to each and everyone. And one who conducted virtual here for CPA meeting of blockchain and triple entry accounting system. I would like to invite and appreciate our chief guest, D. Prasanna Kumar Garu, and special guest of Chanmastan Garu, and guest of honor Mupa Subara Garu, and actually Galli Garu. And attending for attending the seminar, I would like to invite our speaker of the day, CA Premchand Kasi Garu, for his efforts on the seminar topic. On this occasion, I would like to add few good initiatives by SIRC of West Godavari, inauguration of the first newsletter by SIRC of West Godavari, and inauguration of the Sikasa newsletter by students, and the campus placement program for graduation, where 20 firms are registered to offer the jobs, and many more to come for IIM, and around six colleges are registered for this campus placement purpose. For I am happy to inform you that ITT course is going to start for West Godavari branch, because our central council members are for sanctioning of 20 computers. I am happy to inform you that is also happening, sir. And 20 computers West Godavari chapter will start for ITT and orientation program shortly. And some awareness events we have conducted for going to conduct. So that is, we are going to conduct for tomorrow. Student sports for better communication between the students, and financial awareness camp for the public, and street play for everyone that CS are not only complete the book forms for educating for awareness to the people. And already we are conducting the better milk distribution for people in Janga, Yeluru and Jangareddy for fast 20 days. It's very good response. That time I received the response from the public. They are also knowing how chartered accountants are doing also social activities, and very good appreciation receiving from the receiving from the public. And everybody seeing compulsory they come and see our our chartered accountants logo and other things, banners, and they saying chartered accountants are doing very good work. Every 2 places they are appreciating of the public, very good response from the public. And on the occasion of the Mother Day, we are actually visited for old age home for mother for distribution of the fruits. On the occasion, I like to request everyone to, for every meeting I am telling everyone to contribute live membership of the CA Pension Fund to help the deceased members. It is very helpful to all the CA members, because we get very good, because awareness we have to create that people. So many persons are there, but our members, like our executive members, are willing to pay the 10,000 rupees for live member. And I invite all the members to contribute for more and more for say benevolent fund, and it is very, very helpful. For one person, one family, that person will get the 15,000 rupees for 10 years, and lump sum 1,50,000 rupees for any medical expenditure. It is very good response, very good help to that decision family members. So that's why I'm encouraging for all the members of chartered accountants for contributing the CA benevolent fund. This is only my few words. Thank you for your presence, sir. I will look forward to our secretary. Please, next program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ravikiran Garu. I request our chief guest, CA Prasanna Kumar Garu, to give a few words with this seminar, regarding the seminar and the ongoing activities of the institute. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I'm audible now? Clear.
Yes, sir.
Good. Yeah. Respected CA Ravikiran Garu, Chairman of the West Godavari District Branch of SARCF ICA, CA Mopal Subara Garu, Regional Council Member and Exception Member of the West Godavari Branch, and CA Gangaram Garu, the Chairman of Kakinada Branch, and CA Satyaraju, the Chairman of Rajamahendram Branch, CA Vishwanath, the Secretary of West Godavari District Branch, and other managing committee members. These are the only faces I've seen so far. The other managing committee members and my dear participants and colleagues in the profession, good evening to all of you. At the outset, I'm very happy to attend the very first function, first seminar that I am attending, which is hosted by West Godavari branch. As all of you know, we had a very scintillating function which was organized for the installation of the new managing committee members at Jangareddy. It was a very nicely organized. The entire team, maybe that's the first time, the entire team of Center Council members, Regional Council members, including Regional Council Chairman, attended such function in West Godavari district. My congratulations to the chairman. So that day also I said that something well begun is half done. So he began very well, and he's carrying on the activities very nicely. It is a very commendable one. My congratulations and compliments to the entire team West Godavari branch. Today, CA Chinnamastan, the Honorable Chairman of the SCRC, should have joined as a guest of honor and to address the chief guest and to address the members. But he is held up as a couple of other programs, so I don't think he'll be able to join. Though he told me he may come at 5:30, I don't think he will come, because we can understand. Being at the helm of the affairs, they've got so many things to do. We do understand that one. So anyway, he wanted me to convey best wishes for this particular program. He was also telling that there are so many organizations in this country, so which particular government accounting, where even the double entry is not implemented. He's organizing, he's hand-holding the Indian Railways, which is one of the largest organizations in the country under the government. So where double entry accounting is being introduced with the help of ICA under the Accounting Research Foundation. I am also director in that one. I am looking after the Northern Railway project is going on now. But such a situation, today you have got a subject here, the triple accounting. The triple accounting and blockchain. In fact, even I do not know what is triple accounting. So it will be very interesting, I think, the new concept which is being discussed in West Godavari district. My compliments to all of you. A blockchain is going to be the future, and at least we know, though we need not know the intricacies and technology involved in blockchain. At least we should know. So how the data integrity is preserved there, and what type of effect this particular blockchain technology is going to have on the profession, and particularly taking the small and medium enterprises in the country. I am also very happy to note that the West Godavari district branch is coming out with a newsletter, not only for members but also for SICASA. It's a very good initiative of the branch, and I am also happy to note that campus placement is also arranged by the branch. And as a professional social responsibility, many activities are done, and we keep getting many posts in the WhatsApp put by Ravikiran, the chairman, about whatever the initiative they have taken, and a lot of coverage is also there. It's not only that we should do, and people also should know what we are doing. It's not only the negative aspects of the chartered profession should get in the minds of the society. but in all the positive things also to get you to that one. In this direction, West Godavari branch is certainly doing a good, commendable job. Friends, with this brief introduction, I want to compliment this branch for one more initiative, career counseling. The career counseling is the buzzword now, particularly in a given scenario that when a new education training program is going to be introduced, the CRET, we caught it, the Committee for Review of Education Training, so which is in vogue. Career counseling has got a lot of importance now, and there is we do want to go to the schools, particularly to cover the 10th and +1/+2 students, and also the degree colleges, where those who are doing maybe arts, science, or commerce, graduates, they should also come and join, because for the day one they'll be able to take up the articles also for in a lateral entry part. So it's a good job that they are doing. So it's always example that all the three branches, Kakinada, Rajamahendravaram, and West Godavari district branches, they join together and organize the programs. So that's what the culture is. Not I is the word that shouldn't find a place in anybody's dictionary. Is always we that gives the strength. That is shown. That is demonstrated very well, particularly after the COVID era. They are conducting together. All the three branches together, and is also hosting also I've seen. Once Kakinada branch hosted, next time it will be Rajahmundry's turn, and next time it will be West Godavari. They have a perfect understanding. So I compliment that. I think this model should be followed by other branches also, so that we get good number, and it is very easy to find a good faculty instead of speaking 2-3 times. In one occasion they can speak, so that we enrich our knowledge. With this brief talk, friends, we solicit your support. As all of you are aware, the CRET report has already been released. Its in principle approval has been given by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So now it is put for public exposure for 30 days. Within these 30 days, whatever the suggestions we want to give for the new educational training policy of the institute, everyone should deliberate and give it. There's a beautiful form which has been released also yesterday, and you can fill up and give it. Give all the suggestions, whatever you want to give, so that this goes into the future. And this is a well thought of process. The previous committee, we are only implementing now. The entire job of the CRET was done by the previous council. So one full year, the council has deliberated on various aspects of education, syllabus, mode of examination, model of examination, and everything was discussed in threadbare. Ultimately, CRET report was so now, public exposure, everyone should apply their mind and give suggestions, so that once we give it to the ministry once again, it should be a complete form which meets the needs of the entire student fraternity and the member fraternity also. Then the chairman was speaking about CABF, Chartered and Benevolent Fund. I did not talk much about that. Why the Chartered and Benevolent Fund should be encouraged. And the West Godavari branch was the first branch which made a request. In fact, Ravikiran spoke to me and said, "Sir, we want the list of the members who are not become the life member of Chartered and Benevolent Fund." That has already been sent to them. I don't know whether received or not. That was sent 1 week ago. That list was sent, so that they can follow up with those such members and see that we augment the funds for the Chartered and Benevolent Fund. And friends, as you know, the CA Amendment Act was now an amendment as in vogue. Now we have to form the rules and regulations. The number of changes are happening, where consequential changes in the rules and regulations is there. And now the draft rules, there's a group which has been formed. So I am also a member of that group. So we had 5 meetings so far. And the moment these rules and regulations are drafted, I am sure there's going to be very ease of dealing with the ICA for both the students and members. Even the forms we have to have, Form 1 to Form 18. Whatever is there for students and members, we are really looking at the entire thing, keeping in view the digital era and the SSP way we're dealing with day in and day out. So once that is implemented, I'm sure that ease of dealing with the institute will be there. In fact, yesterday also we had a meeting till the night. So late in the night, I had to start from Delhi also. Such a great job the institute is doing towards that direction. And the examination also, lot of reforms. I'm not talking about the correct reforms, but also in the administrative reforms, we are started implementing now. By November 22 examination cycle, I think they will be in place. It will be very, very easy for dealing with the examinations department by the student fraternity. So as you know, I told you last time, ERP is going to be there, and ERP, there's some slight delay in implementation due to some technical problems that water had, and I'm damn sure in a couple of months, ERP is going to be in place in full-fledged shape. Both at 164 branches and 5 regional councils and 5 decentralized officers and 2 foreign officers. They are going to be an ERP platform now. Once that is done, everything is going to be very easy for the members to deal with the institute. Even today's program, what is hosted by the West Coast District Branch, if you make a payment of 150 rupees, as delegate fees, that will reflect in your ledger account. So you can see it anytime. Whatever the amount that you pay, so both debits and credits, you can see your own ledger account. So is the case with the students also. We have 13 lakhs records to be uploaded. Already 13 lakhs master data has been uploaded in the ERP, and the testing phase is going on now. So that is going to be the type of benefits that are going to derive from ERP. Once that is done, wherever you are, in whichever branch you want to attend, everything will be centralized. So where the branch need not account for the entire income also. Income will be amount will be collected and transferred on daily basis to the branches. They have their own freedom of doing, but accounting will be done automatically by the ERP. Such is the system we're going to bring now. We are working towards that direction also. There are many other things which are happening, but for the, it's already 5:30. I'll stop here. So I once again compliment all the 3 branches for the great initiative they have taken. And I request you to continue the same speed and spirit, whatever you're doing for the benefit of the members as well as the students. With this, thank you very much for inviting me for this particular program. Wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Vishwanath garu, unmute చేసుకోండి సార్.
Yeah, but Vishwanath garu, just a minute. So members, you are aware, ICI for the first time we are hosting the World Congress of Accountants. That, as you know, is the Olympic of the accountants, which is held once in 4 years. And after 118 years of this World Congress, first time we got this opportunity, which is hosted by ICI at Mumbai in a Geo World Center. The state-of-art convention center we have very close in Bandra Kurla complex, very close to our WRC office also. This hosted from November 18, 19, 20, 21. All the 4 days we got a lot of technical sessions, which will be grand event, maybe in the lifetime. This is only in our lifetime. Those who are 40 and above, I don't think we'll get even 35 and above. We don't think we will get yet another opportunity to host the World Congress of Accountants once again in our lifetime. This is a lifetime opportunity. I request all of you to join and make this a grand success to show to the entire world that we, the second largest body, is the first in such events and the participation also. So I request all the 3 branch chairmen to encourage our members to come and join for this particular program. Whatever the help you want in Mumbai, be it in accommodation, be it in local conveyance, everything you can depend on us. You can call. Just a call away. We'll make arrangements. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prasanna garu, for your updates about the Institute, correct, CAPF, the ERP, and the World Congress of Accountants. In this regard, I'd like to state that I've already booked my tickets to Mumbai for those days. So going forward, request Muppala Subbarao garu to.
Good evening, friends. Central Council Member Prasanna Kumar garu, our guru, friend and philosopher of all of us, and in absency, Chinnamastan, SIF chairman, and all the chairmen of West Godavari districts, Satcharaj garu, and Ravikiran garu, and Gangaram garu, and other managing committee members of Godavari district branches. And today's speaker, Premchand Kasi, I came to know that he is from Eluru. And first, I would like to appreciate the efforts made by the West Godavari district chairman, Ravikiran garu, to organize a meeting for all the 3 branches, for which fortunately I was the exception member for 2 branches of Godavari districts, both Rajahmundry and West Godavari branches. And also, I would like to appreciate the West Godavari branch managing committee members for releasing the newsletter for members and both for members and students. As far as today's topic is concerned, we heard about the Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and blockchain technology, but so many members are not having the knowledge about triple accounting system, as Prasanna Garu told. We heard about double accounting system only, but for triple accounting system, I just now only before joining this meeting, I am searching about triple accounting system in the Google. It is telling that it is a step ahead of the traditional double entry accounting system, one that will relieve the bookkeepers and companies from the tedious troubleshooting and help to remove the mistrust and frauds and manipulations faced in the double entry accounting system. That was the information that I know. I mean, available in the Google. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, and wish you all the best for all the three branches for the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The programs you are conducting are very, very good and encouraging. And I wish you all the best. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
మీట్లో ఉందండి.
Prasanna Garu, CA benefit fund, they send above 1 lakh who are contributed above 1 lakh only you are received, sir. In our district, no members in above 1 lakh, sir. For life member,
No. Actually, there's an email sent by the head office from MSS section about who are not contributed. That has been sent 1 week ago. If you have not sent, I'll forward it to you now.
No, not yet received, sir.
And then I'll forward it right now. I'll forward it. Another 5 minutes will get it.
Thank you, sir.
Even the head office was telling you are the only person who was asked for that one. They got it ready and sent me. They marked the copy to go. Okay.
Okay, sir. Please, sir. Because at least 5% of the members we have to contribute, sir. It is only our aim. At least 5% or 10% members we just encourage and pay this contribution, sir. Because you know that what is the benefit of getting the people and how they feel the happiness of the family members, disease members.
Correct.
So just I continue that one, sir.
Yes.
Sir, Chinnamastan told me that as we said, he will join at any moment, but not now. He told me that so Prasanna will launch this e-newsletter, sir. Google Drive is there. So he will 2 minutes, sir. You must launch, sir.
Okay.
Visakhలో 2 days కాన్ఫరెన్స్ ఎప్పుడు సార్?
ఎక్కడండి?
వైజాగ్.
2 days ఇంకా డేట్ డిసైడ్ అవ్వలేదండి. ఆల్రెడీ కమిటీ ఫర్ మెంబర్స్ అండ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ అప్రూవల్ ఇచ్చేశారు ఇన్ ప్రిన్సిపల్. యా, అది దానికన్నా ముందు we have a sub-regional conference. There's a sub-regional conference hosted by Tirupati branch on 27th and 20th of June. So they made elaborate arrangements for darshan also.
చూసాను సార్.
Also, not for members, only come with family members, maybe children, wife and all, So spouse, they're arranging and it is released now.
అందుకే వాళ్ళు మండే అండ్ ట్యూస్డే పెట్టారండి సార్.
They got the permission for darshan also.
Started off with the most beautiful delivery.
Prasanna గారు మీకు స్క్రీన్ షేర్ అవుతుంది సార్. మీరు క్లిక్ చేస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్ గా ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది సార్.
Oh, okay. I'm just doing that. Yeah. Okay. So let's start.
Yes.
Yes. Fantastic. ఈ కలర్ కాంబినేషన్ కూడా చాలా బాగా పెట్టారు. I don't know who the designer. He designed very well. So I'm very happy to launch the new e-newsletter of West Godavari district branch. SARC కన్నా పెద్ద న్యూస్లెటర్ అండి మీది.
Yes, sir. And you are giving advertisement also, sir.
తక్కువ చిన్నదిగా ఉంది.
And what we have done, the programs also given the pictures, sir.
Very good, very good.
Orientation program, sir.
Oh, I got better. Oh, good, good.
So orientation program we done, sir. These two ads, the ads also given for this one, sir. Ads for regular. Per page we are charging for 2,000 rupees, sir. Per page we are charging for 2,000 rupees, sir.
Atlaga, good, good, good.
And out of that we have to this one, sir. Two ads series, sir.
Very nice, very nice.
This sticker, sir.
Oh, sticker, sir.
Yes, sir. Student articles, they're written by some students also we are publishing, sir, for Sika.
Very good, very good. The encouragement for them.
Yes, sir, for encouraging students.
Oh, so where the photo on it?
No, but we have conducted the for this students examination. During the examination time, we conducted the program, sir. How to face the exams, and you got the first rank holders to be interview for how to face the exams, how to prepare the exams. We conducted, sir. That programs also.
Attendance was baagundandi. Hall was full.
Yes, sir.
Good, good, good. Very nice. Congratulations once again. So, good job that you are doing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Vishnu get next, sir. Unmute change, sir. Unmute. Vishnu get unmute. Voice is not coming, sir. Vishnu get voice is not coming.
Hello. Hello.
Austin, sir. Okay, Austin, sir.
Thank you very much, Prasanna garu, for your kind support and your encouraging words with regard to the newsletter. We are glad that you liked it, and we assure you that we'll bring up good items, articles in this newsletter. I request, going forward with the program, I request Gangaram garu to kindly introduce our speaker of the day, CA Premchand Kasi.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving me this opportunity. It is a very great honor to introduce our CA Premchand Kasi garu. He is a robotic process automation and a blockchain researcher, also a chartered accountant and a company secretary, a problem solver and kinetiki. He worked as a project manager to implement a digital workforce for Almond International Group in Bahrain, a subject matter expert for giving ideas to implement automation so as to get the task done by soft robots instead of humans working on the repetitive rule-based activities. Further, he is passionate in teaching in finance community on various strategy technologies like automation, blockchain, cryptos, and DEFI. Further, he began with his career with L&T Limited Construction Division as an internal auditor and has won accredible for contributing to digitalization ideas and adoption to technologies. He believes in fintech is the future, and aim is to upkeep the finance and non-technical community with the technology updates on RPA, blockchain, and cryptos in simple and easy terms. Never settle. If once we settle, there is no continuation of our profession. So he is his idea. Thank you, sir, for giving this opportunity, for introducing our today's resource person, Premchand Kasi. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Gangaram Garu, for introducing our speaker for the day. I now request CA Premchand Kasi, who is the speaker of the day, to take over the proceedings and give us an insight about the blockchain and triple entry accounting system and whatnot, everything. And it is noteworthy that I mentioned that he has done his articles from Brahma and Company. So we are proud from our own members. Thank you, Premchand Garu. Kindly take over the proceedings.
Sir, can you please enable me the option for screen sharing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it, sir. Okay. So please confirm my PPT is visible. Yeah, sir, if it is visible, I will be continuing. I think my audio, video, and screen sharing is all complete. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. And thank you all for attending on this wonderful evening. In the next 2 hours, I would say the 2 hours, you will be getting a complete idea on what exactly is blockchain, and definitely on what exactly is the triple accounting system and how it is going to change the accounting and finance domains. Yeah, this is the main agenda for today's discussion. And just to keep the session live, I'll be in between, I'll be just asking you some other questions. The answers can be yes or no, just a wild guess. Yeah, so that the sessions will be much more interactive. So with that inputs, I'll be able to make the session much more interactive, right? So just to thank the audience right here and the sponsors or the host right here. So thank you, West Godavari branch of SARC of ICA, for giving me this amazing opportunity. I'm always amazed to speak about the technology topics to all the chartered accountants and the non-finance community. And a special thanks to Prasanna Kumar sir, Naresh Chandra Gilli sir, and Mupala Subbarao sir. It's an honor to meet you on this occasion. And of course, I'm so amazed that this is the first kind of session that we are going to have host on the technology concepts, and that is something which is the order of the day, or I can say the most trending things that is happening around us, right? So with that, let me set the objective. So as I told, in the next 2 hours, you'll be getting a complete idea on blockchain, right? That's the first promise I'm ever making. And the second promise is that you'll be understanding all the issues that we are going through with this single accounting entry, double accounting entry, or the current infrastructure that we have with our taxation systems, financial systems, all this architecture, right? And also you'll be, after understanding all this, you'll be in a position to understand why there is a need for triple accounting. Is it that the current double accounting system or the current ways of giving out the tax invoices, filing the financial information? So all this, what are the loopholes? What is something that is happening wrong with this infrastructure is something that you'll be able to understand, right? So just to give you an introduction about myself, yes, I'm myself Premchand Kasi, as Gangaram sir has already mentioned to you. I'm from Tanuku, which is in Andhra Pradesh. I used to roam around all these places, Eluru, Vijayawada, during my CA classes. And I'm article to Mrs. Brahma and Co. Under the leadership of Cherkuri Srinivas Garu, who is right here with us, where I did my 3 years of articleship in May 2013 to 2016. Right. So as I was already introduced, I'm doing research on this technology. Why technology? Because I see many CAs are already into these finance accounting domains. Just to be unique or just to do something different, I just choose to be in this field, which is fintech, finance plus technology. Right. So as I was introduced, I'm dealing with bots, robots into our workplaces, plus these blockchain concepts. Right. Currently, I was working in a startup based out of Hyderabad. Right. So I do have certain blogs of my own, certain websites of my own, and do have a YouTube channel where I'll be doing the videos on blockchain and cryptocurrencies in Telugu. I'll just share all the links to you so that we can see the videos and grab the knowledge if it is interesting to you all, right? So, right. So I think it's all over about our introduction to the topic, introduction to the speaker, all those things. Let's start the core session, right? So before starting exactly the session, I'm just going to take out 3 minutes of your time, right? We are just going to play some activity. So I just get some inputs from you so that we'll go ahead with the session, right? So I hope you guys are with me. So the first question is, yeah, thank you, sir. So I'm just going to show you some images and I'm just going to ask you a small question, right? So see the image carefully. This is image 1, where you can see a bridge, a river, and a green grass. You may think of why he is talking about all this, but definitely this has a very serious relation to our concepts. So that's the reason I'm just taking 3 minutes of your time, right? So this is the image 1, and this is image 2. Where in the image 2 you are able to see there is a bridge, of course, that was abandoned, leftover no one is using, and you can see water is flowing next to that bridge. Correct? Right? So just tell me, is those two images same or not? If it is same, you may type yes. If it is not same, you may type no. It's just a small game. Let's try to see what answers I'll be getting. I think I had answer yes, which means both are same. Ayush, it is no, which means not same. Yeah,
I believe it is no.
I already got no, so I think the majority is saying no. Oh yes, the majority is saying no. Perfect. So here comes my answer. I'm not agreeing with you all. It is yes. Exactly. Srinivas Garu, it's due to the shifting of river that has happened. Right? So let me tell you this beautiful story and the background of this scenario. These two are absolutely one and the same. It is just at a different point of time the images are taken. Right? This is the image which is taken when the bridge was constructed. This is the image which was taken maybe say after 5 years or after 2 years or whatever. But what has happened? Nothing wrong with the bridge. It is due to the river flow. The bridge has become not so useful. Or in simple terms, it was left over. So similarly, what is happening into our professions, our careers is that the way the things are getting done in the external environment has changed. What is this? The way we are filing returns, the way we are doing the accounting, the way we are verifying some financial information, the way we are doing the cross-border transactions has already changed drastically. And it is due to those changes that we might become outdated. We are very well equipped with our academics, right? The CA, the academic subjects and all has given us robust power to be a chartered accountant, but it's due to these external changes, right? We might sometimes become not so relevant to the industry updates. Yeah. So that's the very beautiful example this particular metaphor is going to tell to us. So here comes the bridge name, which is called Honduras Bridge. Yes, this is a real story. This bridge is constructed across the river somewhere in United States. Yeah. So this resembles or this showcases that we are supposed to get updated, else we might become outdated. Agree with you? Right. Can I get some responses? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. So since that we got to know, yes, there are many things happening as Subbarao sir has told, as Prasanna Kumar has told out. It is these technologies are something which is going to have a lot of impact on our professions. Yeah, the way we do audits, the way we certify the financials, the way we pass accounting entries. So all these things are going to be changed. So since that we know this is something which is going to change, what is that with what we need to update? And that's the question next comes to our mind after watching these examples, right? So here comes the 4 things that we need to get updated with ourselves. And let me give a disclaimer here, which these are exactly technical topics, right? And we are functional people. We are chartered accountants. We are finance professionals. Do you mean we need to learn everything about this technology? The answer is no. We are supposed to know the applications of this technology. What is this automation doing? What is this robots doing? What is this blockchain is doing into our domains? Let's not think of other domains. What is something it is having an impact on our finances or finance and accounting, auditing, taxation, or even HR? right? So what is that my company is going to have if I implement blockchain? So those things are something that we need to really know. It's just the applications that we are going to know, so that we can very well talk to our clients, talk to our employers. If you are doing a job, if you are doing a practice, you can talk to your MSMEs or the big players. Like, this is what the use case you can actually implement of and get this so and so cost savings, so and so market share, right? So and so competitive advantage, right? So there, our roles of advisory is going to change. We are having a very good scope on implementing these tech ideas into our domains, right? So with that, let me just introduce you to all these 4 terms. And definitely in this session, we are going to talk more about option B, which is blockchain, right? So what are those 4 ABCDs, which I'll be calling it as A for automation, which means robotic process automation. B for blockchain. Of course, we just heard multiple times in today's session, even before that. C for cryptocurrencies, majority of us might be knowing. Yeah, just let me know how many of you are dealing with cryptos. Simple yes or no. Yes, I'll be dealing with cryptos, but not now. Yeah. Okay. And last, what is D? D for data analytics. We all know it is something where we are getting all the information from the finances, from the ERP, and doing some valuable research on that, on the trends and analysis. So all those things coming under data analytics. Correct? And there is other term you can see, what is DeFi, decentralized finance. That is altogether new term, and we can have discussions subsequently. But for now, we can just get an understanding. DeFi means decentralized finance, right? I think I gave understanding on why we need to update ourselves and with what we need to get updated, right? So I think it's right time to jump into what exactly is blockchain. So yeah, so just before starting the session or before talking more on the blockchain, I just want to ask a very simple question. What is blockchain? Just send me one word answer in the chat, just one word. I'll give a hint. You can type like software, hardware, it's a device, whatever. It's a ERP, whatever you feel, whatever you understand. Yeah. So any case I can get from any of the participants, so that we can make the session more interactive. And in fact, I'll be using Telugu also, if audience are okay, if the people are okay. Yeah. So any responses? Algo means it's, you mean to say algorithm? Okay, fine. That's an algorithm. Agree to set an extent, definitely. Any more answers? So మీరు చెప్తే కనుక that I'll make it more easy. Okay, so please unmute, guys. Sorry, I think please mute. I'm so sorry. Please mute. Yeah.
Sir, I believe you can mute them, mute everyone else.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll do it, sir. Yeah, perfect. I got it. Yeah, I got it, sir. Thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah. So any other guess? You can say simply it's a software, it's a hardware, it's a device, it's a ERP, anything, it's a network. Any more guesses so that I can go ahead? Okay. So is network to set an extent, that is also right. It's a network, right? And yeah, fine. I think I got some answers, but I'm totally okay for that, right? So let's see what is blockchain here. Asli enti, what is that అనేది చూద్దాం, right? So I'm just moving ahead. So just to keep the contents before starting the session. So in the next 45 minutes I would take, so that the next 45 minutes will be on triple accounting. So the next 45 minutes I'll be talking these things. Why blockchain? Yeah. Why I'm talking why in the first criteria? Because my approach to learning a technology is that first we need to understand why it is so relevant to me. Once you understand, yes, it is having some importance to me, or it is having some key role into my profession, then we learn what is it, what exactly is that. Correct? Unless I know its importance, why I need to learn what. Correct? So that's my funda, so that in every sessions I'll be putting why blockchain or why RPA or why we need to update. I'll only ask why first. If the answer is justified, yes, it is applicable to us, then learn what. And if we want to be core in that, then learn how, which means the in-depth aspects of the topic, which deals with how, right? So the same funda I'll be applying here. I'll be discussing with you why blockchain in a simple and easy terms. That is my ultimate agenda in simple and easy terms. I'll never be using all any technical term to the extent possible. I'll just relate to the general daily use terms, right? So that's my first promise, why blockchain. Second, what is blockchain? Third, I'll just relate to what is Bitcoin and blockchain. Even in introduction session, I was able to understand, I was able to grab this cryptos, Bitcoins, blockchains, all these are something common. So let's decipher it. Let's understand what exactly is the difference between these three terms, Bitcoins, cryptos, blockchains, right? So that's my third part. Fourth, I'll just introduce you to smart contract, right? So I'll make it very easy. We need to understand what is smart contract. Then I'll discuss about types of blockchains, right? So I'll give you first an idea of blockchain. Then I'll discuss with you what are the various types. Yeah, this helps you to understand the use cases. If tomorrow you read any article, okay, or so and so company is implementing blockchain, then that time you will be able to understand if you know these basics, right? And also I'll be discussing with you the use cases which India is implementing. Yeah, I'm not talking about the world mechanism here. I'll just relate to India. What India is doing, what Andhra Pradesh is doing, what Telangana is doing, what Delhi is doing. I'll just relate that particular use cases, right? So once we get a basic understanding on blockchain, definitely triple accounting you will be able to understand easily. And once you understand these two things, if you go talk to your clients or talk to some of your colleagues who are interested, they'll understand that to grab the core points, right? So that's my promise. So let's start understanding blockchain. So as promised, why blockchain? So why I need to have a blockchain? I do have a lot of technology. I do have QR code. I do have cloud computing. I do have a 3D printing. I do have the best infrastructure to deal with cross-border transactions, the SWIFT codes. Correct? All these things I do have. I do have tax mechanisms in place like GST. At least I'm able to file it easily compared to the previous scenarios. I do have other QR codes as well in invoice registration portal. All these things I do have. But why I need to bother for something more? Correct? Yeah, I do have a phone pay. I do have Google Pay, which I can do in a fraction of minutes, sorry, seconds. Just if you want to send some amount to anyone in India or even sometimes abroad. Because I work in Bahrain, I know the pains of sending money from Bahrain to my home country, which is India. Yeah, so there are a lot of difficulties, but still we do have the best technologies. Agreed for that? But still, those technologies are unable to give us two things. Whatever technology you name it in the chat, whatever technology that you know, but those are unable to give us two things till today. You take it 1980s, 1880s, whatever period you want to go back. From that period to till date, you see the technologies, all the innovations, all the applications, but they have failed in providing two things. I'm going to ask those two things after I talk about this particular slide, right? I think I'm making sense, right? I mean, if at all you feel it's something fast or slow, you can please advise me in the chat so that I'll take in that pace, right? Okay, so let's think of why we need blockchain, right? So here I do see some of the links, like I can see Upgrade, Upguard, I can see Domino's, I can see Air India. All these are something we know. Yeah, so let's see what is wrong with them. So in the interest of time, I have already opened those links. So let me share it right away here, right? So this is what Domino's page, this is what with Air India page, and this is what with, all the recent hacks in the economy. Yeah. So you may wonder why he's talking about these things, why he's not talking about finance. Definitely, I'm going to touch the triple accounting, but just spare 30 more minutes because we need to understand what is wrong with the economy. Then what is wrong with our finances and accounting approaches, the ERP approaches. Then we'll think of what is the solution. That makes us more clear rather than simply talking directly on accounting. I just want to tell you what is a problem with the internet, with the technologies. Then apply the same to finance and accounts. Then you'll agree, yes, this is the problem. Then we'll think of the solution, which is blockchain, right? So please be with me. And so let me start what is wrong with the Domino's. Okay, so what's wrong with the Domino's is that I think this happened 4 months ago. Yeah, you can see, it might happen 6 months ago also. So what's wrong with this company is that Domino's, we all know, every one of us might have at least ordered once, at least in our families, the kids or our friends or whatever, correct? So what is wrong with this company is that 13 TB of data, 13 TB of data. Just imagine how many people's orders is there, how many people's credit card details is there, debit card details is there, emails are there. So all this proprietary information is being so dark. What is dark web? It's a marketplace where you can sell the data for rupees, simply rupees, just 1 rupee, selling 1 TB of data. So that's the marketplace, which is dark web. So hackers are stealing information, these databases of Domino's, and they are selling it for free. So what is the impact with us? Suddenly one day you'll receive an SMS saying that your account has been debited with so and so. Done. You didn't share any OTP. You just got the message. And the reason is that sometimes have registered with Domino's and your data is there. Some hackers use it. Simple. So this is happening, right? And this is not something I'm taking the extraordinary scenarios. This is something, the natural scenarios that we are seeing on a daily basis, right? So here just to go in depth. So 13 TB consists of 250 employees, their own employees, 180 million orders. 180 million orders for the last 10 years, or say 7 years, 2015 to 21, and 1 million credit cards gone. So what more they want? And that's the very essence behind hackers doing this activity. Yeah, and what they did, I want Bitcoin so that I'll give you a bank. So that is how the ransomware attacks, the cyber attacks are happening, right? And one more example, just not to drag too much. One more example with Air India. It was 4.5 million people. Of course, my record also might be there because I traveled with Air India many times. When I was in L&T, I used to roam around all the pan-India states for auditing. I went to Hyderabad for doing the metro audit, Uttar Pradesh for some housing project, Bangalore for some housing project. So I also roamed, and you might have also roamed. Chances are there that our data is also there. 4.5 million people, right? So what's happening here again? This 10 years data got hacked. Yeah, and of course they didn't get the number of people, but that's a different story. So this is what's wrong with Air India. And these are other airlines which got a similar impact, right? So why I'm talking this? Let me just I'll be finishing it up in the next 10 minutes. Why I'm talking about this, right? And also we have the last reference for this topic: 64 biggest data breaches. Just let's scroll it. Nothing else. Yahoo, we know. Other, we know. LinkedIn, we know. So all these companies' databases are stolen. Facebook, yes, of course, we have it many times. Again, Yahoo, again, MySpace, some of us might be using. Twitter, of course, everyone is using. I'm just nothing else. Again, LinkedIn, Dubsmash, trending in the earlier days. Adobe. So what's wrong with these companies? Why they are not able to get their data secured? Are they so cash crunch that they are not able to invest in technology? Invest in securing their databases? Do you think that Air India is so cheap, even it? They are so cash crunch that they can't secure the data? No, it's not that way. The companies are so big, Uber, Ola, the companies are so big, they have so much cash. Still, they have so much access to all the technology, all the encryption mechanisms, but still they are failing. Can you get the reason for that? Why? Because the technology itself is unable to provide this. So there is no point if they spend so many lakhs, millions of amount and get these hacks not done. They can't do it because it's the flaw in technology, not with the companies, not with the management, right? All like people are managing. People are doing and counting. Simple relate with is enough. I have those companies. Let me talk about our professions. We can see that the report, the sales figures of a company here got data, right? It's happening. It's that yes, the sales figure quoted by so and so company is truly authenticate, is completely true. Every activity in that sale, every sale transaction is genuine. Can we say that? No, right? Though no matter where they are using SAP, where or they are supposed to change that, erase audit logs, right? These companies are not able to secure the data. Let me tell you now. The answer is centralized servers. Right? So it is to the concept called centralized servers. Hacker is able to hack a single database and they're able to exploit it. And talking about finance example, it is due to the central database where the SAP data is being stored in a company. Hacker is able to target that, or even an employee of the company, let's say CEO, CFO, whomsoever who wants to do this. They are targeting that databases and they are erasing the audit logs because they are having the access to that, super admin access to those databases, right? So due to these issues happening around us, we are in need of a new technology to solve problems. What are the problems? Security. Till now, no technology is able to give us these two things, which is security and trust. Correct? Agreed with me? Maybe it's more loaded information, but you can just agree with me or disagree. You can give in the comments so that I'll be able to take next. Got it? So I just told you what is the need for having one more technology. Yeah. So far now I'm relating outside scenarios. I'll be moving on. I'll be relating more to the financial accounting scenarios for sure. I want you to understand the impact, where the things are going wrong. Okay. So can I get some yes, no? Because this is the first time I'm doing the webinar with, at least my state people. So I'm just expecting more responses. Okay. Right. So let's move back to our PPT. So since we understand what is the need for having the next level technology, let's go ahead and see whether that was complied by the blockchain, right? So let's move ahead. Right. So simply, blockchain is nothing but a database. So it's a network. Yes, it's a network, but more meaningful, it's a database, which means that database is nothing but a place where you will be recording the data. Correct? Simple as that. Let's not talk any more technical about that. A blockchain is a database which stores information, but it's not as simple as the routine database, but it is having some unique qualities. What are those unique qualities? We are going to see now, right? So these are the unique qualities of blockchain is having, it is transparent, which means that anyone can verify the information from the database. Of course, this is what something required, right? A GST department, if it wants to verify the books and accounts of a company, it is now not transparent. It should reach you. It should take access to your ERP. It should then check for the data, inspect the data. It's not transparent. And moreover, if you modify the data before, the audit trail is gone. Correct? So it is not there, but in database is that. It is right. No one can access and alter the data. We have seen in company change the accounting information, change the transactions. But here is a database which is highly secure. How? Let us see now. Meanwhile, for now, it is transparent, it is secure. And the last thing, which is it is immutable. What is this? What is immutable? Immutable means that something which cannot be changed, can never be changed. Database is giving a feature, inherent feature. Information once entered into blockchain can never be changed. Just imagine the trust it is going to bring in if all our databases behave like this. Just imagine a company passing an accounting entry, it can never delete. Raising a GST invoice, it can never delete, take back. Maybe it can alter in the sense debit note, credit notes, that is there, but it can never take back a record. Right? A company which has disclosed as per SEBI, the LODR norms or whatever, it had disclosed to the stock market so and so compliances and so and so date. It can never take it back. It can never say those are false. Right? And it will be stored forever. And it is highly secure that not the company, not any outsider can change the information. So these are the various benefits with which a technology called blockchain is coming out. Yeah, just to summarize: transparency, security, immutability. Right. So since that we got introduction to some of the technical terms, let's complete our understanding on blockchain. Okay. So might be some technical, but try to visualize. Just try to visualize, or let me know if I want to explain in Telugu. I'll definitely do it so that we can finish all about the blockchain. Okay. So here comes my summarization. Blockchain is a database. Agreed. This is all we know. Having the features called can never be corrupted, which means can never be altered, or can never be changed. Instead of corrupted, you can say it can never be changed. Yeah, quality of a blockchain. And how it is able to do? It is able to do with the concept called hashing. What is this? Do I need to really know now? No, not required to know it now, but just park this word in your brain so that you can refer some other time, right? Blockchain is something which is a feature called can never be altered. Second, it is decentralized. What is decentralized? Just see the English meaning words. Decentralized means that no single party is the owner. Centralized means that single party is the owner, but here no single party is the owner. That's the difference. That's the unique difference with blockchain is coming out with. So here, when I say blockchain database, it is something, it is decentralized, which means that it is owned by many parties, not Air India, not Domino's. It is the database of Domino's is being held by various parties securely. If it is only one player who is holding, hackers can directly hack it and get the information. But what if the data is being stored at various locations, right? With the encryption mechanisms as told previously. So in that case, hackers can never get access to a single database. Even though they're able to get it, they'll not be able to decrypt the data, right? Right. So that is what called decentralized meaning, which means that there is no single owner. It is owned by multiple parties. When I say multiple parties, it can be 10,000, it can be 1 lakh, it can be 1 million, depending on the blockchain network. Okay. So third thing is enhanced security, happening with the concepts called encryption mechanisms that is similar to be using in our private keys, our e-signature. So it's similar, but a high-level security are being something used by blockchain. So that the data, once you are certifying your with this e-signature, you are ensuring that the audit report content is not being changed. Yeah, let me also share at the end of the session where I have explained a video on how your audit report, which is signed with e-signature, can be verified. At a later point, that it is not something changed by the client. It is not something changed by the hackers. I can share that video so that you will have a clarity on how your e-signature is working. So similarly, a similar encryption is something blockchain is using, so that any information which is entering into the blockchain is encrypted. And a hacker like me can never decrypt that message. Okay, so that's the third feature. Fourth feature, it's distributed. Yeah, distributed in the sense, instead of data being stored at a single location, it is distributed and stored across multiple locations. How many locations? Your imagination. It can be, if it is Bitcoin blockchain, it is approximately 70,000 locations. Yeah, it can be, it depends on the blockchain that we are selecting. Okay, so for now, distributed means that it is distributed across multiple locations. So a single record is being stored at multiple places, right? Okay, so decentralized technology, I'll explain once again. Once I complete the next two terms. Faster settlement. So how a blockchain is able to do faster settlement? Let me explain a single my own experience. So just imagine I'm in Bahrain. I just want to transfer certain money to India. So the real scenario is that I should wait for at least 1 working day. So today I'll be going to BBK, Bahrain Bank, and Bank of Bahrain and Kuwait, BBK. So I'll go there, I'll just drop my Bahraini dinars and say, this is my ICICI account in India, I want to deposit. They used to take me at least 1 working day. If it is holiday, 2 days. Why? There are a lot of banking protocols to be followed. BBK will collect the amount. Bahrain custodian bank, which is in Bahrain, will receive it. Again, that will send to Indian custodian, and that will send to Indian ICICI. So 4 different parties are involved, and also 4 different databases are involved. Agreed? 4 different databases. BBK database, information should go to Bahrain custodian bank. From that, information should go to Indian custodian bank. From that, information should go to ICICI bank. So 4 different ledgers, but here it's a single ledger. So blockchain, imagine it's a bank blockchain. It's a single ledger which is spread across the world. So just imagine moving money from one place to other place. That's it, on a single ledger, single database. How fast it will be instead of 4 databases. It depends on the count will increase depending on the country to country again. So it is due to this feature, since it is a single network spread across multiple locations, you can get fastness. So I made it very simple. There are a lot of technical reasons, but I just don't want to touch now, right? So just to explain more on decentralized, and then let me finish the trust part. So what is decentralized? What is distributed? I'll just relate these two so that you'll be able to understand. So decentralized means that there is no single owner. Correct? In Domino's, Domino's is the sole owner of maintaining the database. If it is MCA portal which is getting down, MCA portal is the sole owner who is supposed to maintain the data. Correct? If it is GST portal, sometimes we'll be seeing this. GST portal is not accessible. Why? Because that's a central database which a company like Infosys is maintaining. But since it is centralized, hackers are able to do something or doing some scripts and all that is making the database not to respond, and then you are not able to access. That is called centralized databases. Now, what is decentralized? Which means that no single owner is maintaining that network. Like, no single player like Infosys is maintaining the network. Rather, it is spread across multiple players. What is this multiple players? Let me tell you, a GST database is being maintained by Infosys, TCS, IBM, Reliance, and Amazon in a decentralized manner, which means that there are 5 different owners who is maintaining this database. So if Infosys database is down, you can get the access from IBM. You can get the access from TCS, but database is same, copy is same, but it is held by multiple parties as owners. It is maintained by multiple parties. That is called decentralization, right? I think, yeah, it was clear from GST example. Thank you. And what is distributed, which means that, again, the same. I'm covering both in the single example. It is distributed across multiple locations. One in Bangalore, one in Bangalore, Delhi, one in so and so location, right? So at 5 different places, data is being maintained so that it is distributed across the parties. And also, what about the transaction data? Sir, I have filed a GST return. Where it will be stored? It will be stored across all the 5 locations. All the 5 databases, your record will be stored. So you downtime, and you can never change your records. Okay, let me tell you this point, how I can not change my data, how this block and helping me for that, right? So let me give an example. You have filed a GST return, or now you employed one hacker asking him to change the data in GST database. He can do it in Bangalore database, but meanwhile, what will happen? The altered record will be databases. What is Delhi database? What is as per Chennai database? What is as per Telangana database? What is as per Bangalore database? So Bangalore database he is able to change, but system will check what is there in there, what is there in Chennai, what is there in the other place. Then it will ignore this request. So whatever change hacker is able to do, it is not applied. Simple. Got it? So that's the way with these unique principles, blockchain is bringing the trust. So a record once entered into the blockchain, a record, when I say, it can be accounting entry, it can be GST return, it can be MCA filing, it can be a simple audit report. Whatever you are entering into this database, you can never take it back. Not only you, the company can never take it back. A hacker can never modify. So no one can modify the data once it is published by you on behalf of client. Got it? Right. So I think with that, we'll just have one more. I think I have a question here. Sir, maybe you can put in the chat so that other people will be knowing these questions, so that they can also get the clarity. So I just got a question. Yeah, now it's allowing to send money. It means there is no, sir. That's general bank. Okay, so it's not a blockchain, but definitely blockchain is something almost banks, HSBC, SBI, you name any bank, I can use case, because that bank has already followed. Already these projects are in beta testing phase, right? So that's not a blockchain, but they just enabled it. They just reduced the time limits. Yeah. So the data is stored. Yes, exactly. So that you have data and these are the basics with blockchain, right? And I have one more question. Outlook mail syncs to Outlook desktop. I personally syncing issues. How reliable is this ledgers, which makes it more reliable? Similarly, they also. I didn't get the question, but definitely I'll definitely answer this by the. Thank you, Purna Chandrasekhar garu, for asking. So, yeah, I do have one more question. Across locations, same. How can same data base across all places? If data available, hacker will get more opportunities. No, I'll tell you, hacker is not accessing the information. His object is to change some data. Okay. The answer I can give you in two different ways. One is accessing, other is modifying. Okay. First thing, he'll never be able to access because of these hash mechanisms which blockchain is implementing. I've spoken about private key, public key, or ECKY concept. Due to that, he will never be able to access. That's the first thing. Second thing, what if he has accessed what his computational power is so high, his hacking power is so high, he is able to enter into. But he will never be able to change the data because the blockchain follows this principle of majority principle, which means it will verify real time what is there in other locations. If other locations say, I'll give one more very easy example. You told that your sale is 1 lakh for so and so month of June 2022. Okay, this is something you filed in GST portal. Now you want to change this because you got into some issues. You want to change this sales figure to 80,000 instead of 1 lakh, right? But this 1 lakh record is stored at multiple locations: Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi, Telangana, whatever, one more place. Okay. Now you are asking your hacker, you paying something ransom, and you are asking him to modify the data. Now he can target one database at a time. Correct? Because data is stored at, he can first change in Chennai, second change in Mumbai, third change in Delhi. But once he change in Bangalore, what will happen? Then what record is there in Mumbai? What record is there in Bangalore? What record is there in 1 lakh? But this is showing me 80,000. So ignore this request, sync up and make it 1,000 in Bangalore database also. That syncing mechanism is happening on a real time, so that even though you are making changes, your change is ignored. Okay. So again, that's something technical to imagine, but as of now, just imagine it is something where you can never change the data. It is something which is stored across multiple locations. It is fast, it is secure, and it is something which is which can be calculated. Okay. So I'm just creating the base so that people accounting will really enjoy when I say this. Right. So with all these elements, blockchain is bringing us the trust which no other technology is able to bring us till date. Yeah. Right. So that's all about the blockchain. Yeah. It was clear. And yeah, if at all, I just want to speak more about the smart contract. Let me give a small introduction so that we move to the next 50% of our session. Yeah. So any feedback up to here so that I can implement real time. Anything that you want to extend in Telugu or any other feedback regarding my the fastness or whatever. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So just let us see how a transaction happens on a blockchain. Yeah. So this is just for our imagination, because since that we understood it never be changed, it is something storing at various locations. Just let us try to understand a bit. Let's invest one more bit and understand how a Bitcoin transaction happens. Yeah, but how will it stop theft of data? So it is due to the hash mechanisms that it is following, and due to encryption mechanism it is following. Right. So that's more technical concept again, because I need to talk about the private key encryption or the hashing encryptions. So it is due to that nature. Hacker, though he is able to access the data, he can encrypt it. Right. So that is how, even though a hacker is able to get the 13 TB of data, he can never do it because he's not able to encrypt it. Once the data is not being decrypted, there is no point. Even though if I hold this data, which is encrypted, which I can never decrypt, I can't sell it. And I can't do malicious transactions from that. Right? So that's how blockchain is able to save from stealing of data. So just going ahead with how a transaction happens, this is something related to cryptos for now, because I'm just taking the example of monetary transactions so that you will be able to understand how data is being moved on a blockchain. If I want to transfer money from Bahrain to India, okay, same example, I'll continue. I'll just create my transfer from my mobile application. That will be hosted with a network. When I say network, it is being maintained, not being maintained by only one bank. It's maintained by all the banks in India, all the banks in the world. Now, one can verify this transaction and put in the blockchain. And so it's simple understanding, just to tell you that who will approve transactions on a blockchain. It is not someone, it is being administered by multiple players because it is distributed. They will accept and put the data in the blocks. Yeah. So this is just for your visualization. Data in blocks in this series of blocks. your record will be stored here, my record will be stored here, one more record will be stored here, and this forms a chain concept so that tomorrow if I want to change the data in this block, the link will break so that the change will never be accepted by the network. Got it? So this is how, when I say blockchain, so data is being stored in the form of blocks, and the blocks are connected in the form of chain. And why it is being connected in the form of chain? Because I can never go back and change the data. If I change the block will come to know, the network will come to know that something has happened. I will not the change. I will not accept the change. The network will say to the hacker that this change I accept. Delete. Yeah. So that way, blockchain will give us a feature called immutability, and it acts against the hacking. So just let me go ahead. So you'll be able to visualize. So this is something I feel really important to know about type of blockchains. Maybe I think we are at, yeah, I'll just finish it in the next 5 minutes in the blockchain. Yeah, so these are the various types of blockchains. So you might remember this. India is going to launch digital rupee. That is one use case. Last time we understood that I think CBSE, Central Board of Secondary Education, they have given education certificates on blockchain. Correct? These are very use cases that we are going to use. Correct? Even sometimes I can say passports they are going to put on blockchain. So what is this? What these companies are doing, right? So to understand this, we need to know what are the various types of blockchain. So first we have two categories: public and private blockchain. Okay, so what is the difference? Let's understand only these two. Let's not understand hybrid and fitted for now. So let's only see what is private, what is public. Okay, so tomorrow I'm running a company. Okay, I'm a CFO. I'm running company, and I want my company all this reporting, all this ERP. Like Prasanna Kumar sir has told, like ICA is coming out with a ERP where a student can log in, where they can get the automated reports. All these things. Assume ICA is vision that they want to implement ERP on the top of blockchain, and you know the various benefits that this blockchain is going to give to ICA. Data once entered can never be altered. Data report. So all these benefits, there is no point of reconciliation, no auditing. So all these benefits which I'll be discussing later, all these things will be accruing to the ICA if they are implementing ERP on blockchain. So what is private blockchain here? Right? In this example, I said that ICA is implementing blockchain, which means that blockchain belongs to ICA. Correct? Which means it's a private blockchain. So tomorrow I'm running a company. I started a startup. I want my company to be running a blockchain. So I will create my own blockchain system, which means that blockchain belongs to me, which is a private one. Simple. So you being a user, you can never see records to my blockchain. But if you are my auditor, I'll give you access. And you will be becoming part of my internal team. You'll have access. But if you as a public, you will never see the information because that's a private. Correct? Now, what is public blockchain? Let's take an example, CBSE, or let's take an example. Yeah, CBSE is good to go. So CBSE, what this education institute has done, they have created a blockchain where all the students' mark lists are being published on this blockchain, which means that any company, like I'm hiring a guy, I just want to verify whether he has done CA, whether he has done class 10. So I can go into that blockchain, put his membership number or whatever. Let me take say example. Put the membership number and say, okay, Prem has completed CA on so and so year he has done his schooling, so and so place where he has done his articleship, so and so company is his job. All anyone can see, which means it's a public blockchain. As simple as that. If you want to restrict the usage of blockchain, if you want it to work within your company, within your institute premises, or within your, I can say the hierarchy, it is private. If you make it to be by all the general public, it is a public. Got it? So just summarize with ICA example. ICA, it's a private. They're to share to all people having other. No, they are to share who are registered. They share it to the members who are registered. Okay, that's a private. In the second case, ICA want to share all of our members. Okay, Prem, so and so area, so and so. Here he has finished CPT, so and so here he has finished IPCC, so and so here he has done with finals. Right? This is something public because I'm going to submit my resume in some company. That company want to verify. If that is a use case, it's blockchain. Got the difference? So depending on the use case, it can be a private, it can be a public. Okay. So federated hybrid, if I talk, that will be more. So I'm not talking, right? So we are have reached at the end of this discussion. So just to close it faster, which came first? Is it the Bitcoin? Is it the blockchain? Which came first? Can you get me a wild guess? So what do you think? Which has come first? Is it the blockchain? Is it Bitcoin? Yeah. Right, Bitcoin. Thank you, Sir Srinivas Garu from Kakinada. Yeah. So any other answers? I think I'll agree. It's a Bitcoin, right? Yeah, it's a Bitcoin, sir, which has come first. And the reason I'll tell you, Satoshi Nakamoto, there is a person, he want to eliminate why I need to depend on a bank for doing a transaction. So that's his idea. Why I need to pay to transaction charges to bank, to PhonePe, to GPay, or to any other payment gateway, Razorpay for that matter. When you're booking tickets, it's you who is paying the full amount. Then who are they to collect the charges from the Razorpay or say the net banking, whatever you call it, right? So that is the idea behind in his mind. Why I need to pay for intermediary? I'm holding say 1,000 rupees in my bank account. Why I need to trust a bank to secure my 1,000 rupees? Why can't a technology alone do this? So that's his idea. With that idea, he has proposed a concept called Bitcoin, which is the peer-to-peer currency. Again, that's a technical term. Bitcoin is nothing but the internet money, which is maintained by the internet. There is no single party. There is no central authority. There is no single owner who is responsible for minting the Bitcoins, right? So that's called internet currency. And due to that concept, we got the concept called blockchain. So the same monetary transactions of Bitcoin characters are being applied to enterprise applications like I say ERP, that example I told you, or the banks, SBI, or even companies that they are doing. So the same fundamentals of Bitcoin is put into enterprise applications, and they designed all the other blockchains. Got it? So initially it was Bitcoin only. It was for money transactions only. Later they thought that why not I can use it for our company operations? Why can't I use it for taxation? Why can't I use it for audit report verification? Why can't I use it for MCA filings? So due to these thinkings, we got a concept called enterprise blockchains. Okay. So just to clarify, Bitcoin came first and blockchain is the result of this Bitcoin innovation, right? So just 2 minutes on smart contracts and NFTs. I think you guys know what is NFT. NFT is nothing but a digital representation of art, right? I'm a beautiful singer, so I can sing it and I can make it as an NFT, so that there will be only one copy in the world, only one singing copy, singing rights. Who is holding that token will be the owner of the song, right? Will be having the copyrights of the song. Or the same with art. I drew a beautiful picture, I convert to NFT, I can sell it. So that's out of topic. Just I just want to cover it up, right? And most important thing is smart contract. What is this? A simple sale contract, if it is coded automatically, instead of making it on a paper, signing, notary, all those things, I will just code it so that Prem, if I receive, let me talk about IFRS 15 or 115, revenue from operations. So what the revenue principle says, if the buyer receiving so and so goods, risks and rewards are transferred, then you need to pay, you need to account it, correct? The same thing, I'll code it in a software program and say that Prem on receiving the goods, payment should go from Prem account to Manikanta account. Yeah. So it is automated. So I need not initiate payment to Manikanta. Rather, if I submit, yes, I have received, if I confirm on the database, payment will go. So those sort of automated commands are something called smart contracts, right? So why we are discussing all these things now? We need to talk about accounting now, triple accounting now. Definitely, triple accounting works when there is a contracts like this, right? It's easy when there is automated contracts like this. Okay, so I think we have covered the inputs about blockchain. So next 5 minutes, I'll just open the floor for some of the questions. Then we'll move on to the triple accounting. Oh, okay. Just I think I have one more slide just to continue on the blockchain lines. So this is what our India is doing. So let me tell you guys, blockchain capital of India is Telangana. And that's the reason I just left all my abroad things, came back to India, because I see many developments happening in Telangana. Like you can see, land registrations are happening on blockchain. chit fund operations, which is completely changing the way chit fund companies are operating. That is already there in on blockchain from Telangana. Self-helping groups, all these women empowerment schemes, all these are also on blockchain. Education certificates, which is a very most important thing. So why I'm talking all this? When they are able to do this, why can't they automate our audit reports availability on blockchain, our GST filings on blockchain, our income tax disclosures on blockchain? They can very well do it. It's only that we are in the transition phase. Many companies are, without our knowledge, they're doing all this research, they're doing all this in the beta phases. At some time, we'll definitely listen that, yes, GST is coming out with a blockchain system within India in the next maybe 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, or whatever, 1 day, or whatever. All these are happening. Only thing is, they were never publicly discussed about them, disclosed about them. Let me give an example. Some companies are already testing this 8G, 7G. We are still waiting for 5G. Right? So similarly, all these tech innovations are already happening. Only thing is, it is taking time to come into market. But once they make a public announcement that yes, GST portal can be made on a blockchain, it takes just months to launch it. Of course, technical issues, IT issues, that will be there. That's not something that we can avoid, but still that happens in a part and parcel of software development, right? So it is in Telangana, all these things are happening. Let's see what is something happening in Andhra. Like you can see, governance, citizenship services are happening in blockchain. Healthcare services, like tomorrow, all my health status will be available on blockchain. What is the relevance here? Tomorrow, if I'm going to one more hospital, I need not to tell what is something I'm already suffering. They can check all the records in blockchain, which is verified, right? So each and every industry, each and every segment has its own use cases. What is there something in finance? I'm going to discuss with you very soon, right? This is just to give you the picture what a blockchain is capable of. Okay, so these are the various companies which are actively involved in blockchain use cases: Facebook, Google, Apple, Ford, Toyota, MetLife in health sector, Walmart, Samsung, Mars, FedEx. Lot of companies are there. You name a company, I'll give a use case. Why I'm telling it so confidently? Let me just show you my work sometime right here. So this is my website, which is premkasi.in. Where is it? Yeah, this is my website. You can see the blockchain blog. This is my homepage. Yeah, this is me, where I'll updating here what activities I'm doing, what research I'm doing. So here you can find the blockchain blog. So here I have shared 200 use cases, which means 200 companies which are doing use cases on blockchain, right? See this one, Telangana calls entrepreneurs to pilot blockchains, right? So all these happenings in India, all these happenings in outside India also, I have put it here so that you can see. So this is what something I spoke about CBSC. This happened in India, where they are giving the educational certificates on blockchain. Just imagine, if they're able to do educational certificate, why can't they do it on audit reports? Why can't they do it on financials? Why can't they do it on IT disclosures? So if this use case is working, why not this? So this creates a flexibility for our officials, our governments, our NTPCs, whatever that IT departments, MIT, MEITY, which is IT authority in India. So they'll be in a position to shift the use cases to other segments, other industries as well, very soon, right? Right, you can see, yeah, I can speak a lot of use cases, but yeah, I'll restrict myself. Okay, so that is all about the blockchain. Now let's move to triple accounting. Before that, let me take a question I have in the chat. Do each transaction forms a block or group of transactions? On what basis links between blocks are established? Please take this question in case it is mentioned understanding. Data stored as per triple accounting. Definitely, this is something really required for our imagination, but not for triple accounting. So just let me answer this question. Do each transaction forms a block or group of transactions? The answer is group of transactions. Let me tell you, a block can hold, say, 2000 records, 2000 transactions. So your transaction will be one out of 2000 transactions in a block. Yeah. So this is not required to understand, but since you are asking, definitely we can go to that level. Yeah, take it from my side. It is a part of a transactions in a block. Yeah, a block size will be ideally 2000 transactions, right? So I think we got a solid base to understand the triple accounting now. Okay, so do you guys have any questions or any other things that you want me to repeat? Yeah, so in the next 30 minutes, definitely we can close the session and go for doubts. Okay, so let me go for direct concept, which is triple accounting. So since that we understand blockchain, since that we understand what blockchain is capable of, now it's easy for us to understand triple accounting. Yeah, so I'll make it fast. I'll make it so relevant to you. So first, let us understand the accounting origin. Yeah, as Prasanna Kumar sir has told, we'll understand. Yeah, we'll brainstorm what are the problems with the double accounting entry after this slide. Right? So we all will contribute to the ideas. Even I'll ask some of you people to just share what is something you feel lacking in the current accounting. Then we'll see how blockchain is handling it. Okay. So talking about accounting origin. So this accounting has started somewhere around 8000 BC, somewhere around that. I'm not sure, very sure. Yeah. So single accounting entry, it came in 1400 a year. And 1494, I mean, by the early stages of 15th century, we got double accounting entry. Why you are telling all this? Just for our understanding, nothing else. So just leave it if it is something too historical. Yeah. So in the early years of early days of 1500th century, we got this Luca Pacioli, who is called father of accounting, and he came up with double accounting. We all know. And till date, we are only following that. And till date, we are having many issues, and some of the companies are even migrating to the double accounting entry. Right? Okay. So let's understand what is single accounting entry, what is double accounting entry. We all know single accounting entry. I used to refer to my IPCC days where I used to have a 5-mark example. Okay, record this transaction, single accounting entry, and we used to do it very happily because it's a single entry. Plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, nothing else. Correct? If cash is coming plus, cash is going minus. That's nothing else. No ledger, single ledger. Correct? So that is called single entry. Now, what is double entry? This is also something which we all know, no exceptions to that, which we all know. It means that there will be a debit, there will be a credit. And it always means debit is equal to credit. And it doesn't mean that it should be only one debit, one credit. It is one debit, credit also, but debit is equal to credit. Correct? So that we all know. I need not to talk anything on that. Correct? Right? And also double accounting entry, what it is doing, it is giving us an audit trail. Okay, Prem has sold to Manikanta. Yeah, Prem is the seller, Manikanta is the receiver, and I am passing accounting entries in the name of Manikanta as sale means receivable, and he is passing accounting entries in the name of Prem, and his books of account says that I'm supposed to pay. Correct? At least that paper audit trail is something which double accounting entry is currently giving. Correct, no? But is that sufficient? No. Tomorrow, if I'm a dear friend of Manikanta, what I'll do? Bro, we just want to boost up the same figures. Let me change it. If I'm against Manikanta, what I'll do? I'll just not record some of the transactions and say that, bro, this is not there in my books of accounts. Right? Your books of account is saying that I'm supposed to get paid only 1,50,000, whereas my books of accounts saying that I'm about to receive 2 lakh from you. This is what happening. This is what you are doing. We are doing the external confirmations. We are doing the reconciliations. Whatever bank, cash, all these reconciliations we are doing. GST books of accounts, company books of accounts, GST sales versus company sales. All these reconciliations we are doing. Why? Because this particular accounting entry has some flaws. It can change. Can change, or any person without our knowledge can get into our databases and change the entries, change the monetary amounts in the transactions. So we end up spending all these rates, all these reconciliations, end up wasting our time, and that takes considerable amount to prove that what is happened actually. Correct? So that is one straight issue with the double accounting. So it is having some transparency, but it is difficult to stick to that particular, I can say, trust factor. Correct? So let's understand more about what are the problems with double accounting entry. Maybe you can agree with me after this particular slide. If you feel that, okay, this is not an issue, or this is issue to be you didn't spoke, please add so that we'll cover it up, and then only we'll go we'll understand what is the need for triple accounting. Right? Yeah, I think we are good with that. Wait, okay, right. So I think these are the issues that I can note from the double accounting. So what is that? First thing, very important thing is frauds and errors. Errors, if it is unintentional, if it is intentional, it's a fraud. Correct? Why these things are happening? Why the GST, ITC frauds are happening? Why the company is not filing actual volumes, actual sale volumes, actual numbers to the MCAs, or what they are not giving accurate information to the auditors to certify their auditors? Why? Because they just want to do something against these laws, and they are able to do it. How they are able to do it? It is simple, because their ERPs are allowing. Anything beyond that? Their ERPs are allowing. Their tax portals are allowing. they can change. They're very happy and they are erasing all the audit details and they're removing some of the invoices, boosting some of the invoices, and they're creating dummy ITC claims. Correct? So at the end, I can say it is due to their ERPs which are allowing. The SAP, the ERP, though they're not having, we can't say they don't have access because any SAP will have a super admin access. Correct? So if I get that super admin access, being a top player in the company, I can definitely change. I can erase the audit logs. No matter it's Oracle, no matter it's SAP, no matter it's Zoho Books or even Tally. Correct? Yeah. And to prove that who is correct, it takes time. I need to take my books. I need to take Manikanta books. Some external party like an auditor or any investigating agent will be able to verify the reports. And it takes ample amount of time to prove who is wrong. Correct? So that's the main issue which double accounting entry system is unable to give to us. The so-called trust, the so-called accuracy. Right? So the second point where it has failed is no audit logs. Yeah, I'm raising an invoice to Manikanta who is in some other state. He is raising an invoice to so-and-so party. But anyone who is with a malicious mind can record these transactions, can erase these transactions, yeah, can modify the transactions. So here there is no audit log because there are different databases. My database is with me. Manikanta's books of accounts will be shared in his database. Some other person's books of accounts will be shared in this location. So there is no communication between these databases. I'll enter in my database as sale of so-and-so. He will enter in his database. So at the end, these two databases should communicate so that you can say which is right and which is wrong. And that is something which you are doing manually. Right? So this system has failed to give us audit logs. Okay, paper audit is able to give. Okay, on seeing the entry, I'm able to see that, okay, Manikanta has received. So in seeing his books, Manikanta should pay to frame. But is there databases communication? No, it is just on paper, right? So there is a need for improvement. Why can't these two databases talk? What if they talk? Just imagine another way. What if these two databases talk? When I say databases, books of accounts, Prem books of accounts is able to talk to Manikanta books of accounts. What if these two databases, accounting books, or whatever you name it, are able to talk to each other? No reconciliations, no frauds, no errors. Correct? That's where the triple accounting entry comes into picture. I'm going to discuss with you very soon after completing the problems. So there is a lack of transparency because of this. Correct? A person should take piles of data, get a Excel reports of this books of accounts, Excel report of that company, and compare all this. There is no lack of transparency, right? And why these people are able to play? Because they are having centralized control, which I already covered in my SAP example. And at the end, these are not authentic, right? If these two are related parties, if myself and Manikanta is so related that I'll boost up, I'll just raise more and more invoices against him, I'll put it under receivables, and there is no actual movement transfer, no goods transfer. Yeah, and you can talk about e-way bill because we haven't raised it. And why e-way bills database is not talking to our ERPs? There is a flaw in there. I'm raising invoices, I'm uploading it to the GST portal, but and the GST is asking me to raise e-way bills if it is applicable, that monetary limits is there, but I'm not raising. Even though I'm raising, but I'm not actually moving the goods. I'm just for compliance, I'm raising e-way bills. That's it. So this is also not happening. So that is how those are the flaws with the double accounting system. Those are the flaws with the existing ERPs. Those are the flaws with the entire architecture of sales process. Correct? So we have all these issues in place. And due to that, we are ending up doing multiple reconciliations, multiple all these works, audits, all this. We are supposed, that is as per the compliance, we are supposed to do, but we are investing more and more amount of time. That's the issue, right? Okay. So any more things I forgot to add, you can tell us so that we can have a discussion on that. Yeah, or is it something I just told which is something wrong? You can, right? So till now we understand single accounting entry, double accounting entry, and the issues with the double accounting entry. Right? So I think it's good to go. Let me go to the main thing, which is triple accounting entry. So what is this? So does it mean that I'm recording triple accounting? Simply, let me put it very simply. Is triple accounting mean that there is one debit, two credits? No. Two debits, one credit? No, those are not. It doesn't deal with the numbers. Huh? It's not dealing with the numbers. Rather, triple accounting means that, let me be very clear, triple accounting means that the accounting entry is getting recorded elsewhere. One more accounting entry is recording elsewhere, right? So take a normal example. Same, Prem has sold to Manikanta. Prem books one accounting entry, which is sales to cash or whatever, sales to receivable, whatever. Okay. Manikanta books one accounting entry. That is the second copy. Third copy of accounting entry is being written on blockchain. That's it. As simple as that. So Manikanta books of accounts, Prem books of accounts, blockchain books of accounts. Why we need to write on a blockchain? Because blockchain is something immutable. Blockchain is something not modifiable, not hackable. Blockchain is something which is secured. So if information is going to the blockchain, it is true. And neither of the parties can never change that information. So that is the concept called triple accounting. So simply, very simply, a set of accounting entries being written on a blockchain. From there, accounting entries are synced to the ERPs. Manikanta ERP, Prem ERP. So first, a record is on a blockchain. From there, it is syncing to Prem. It is syncing to Manikanta. Just imagine here, these two ERPs are talking with a blockchain. So there is no manual entry. So there is no fraud. No one can change. That's the benefit. That's the ultimate benefit which is going to, and is going to change the current double entry system and its flaws. Any other doubt? So just to elaborate more, triple accounting means that a third copy of accounting is based on a shared blockchain ledger with all the other details. When I say all the other details, it is what is a purchase order contract, what is a sale order contract, who are the parties bank account number, parties GSTN, all this data will be stored on a blockchain. Since it is stored on a blockchain, once that is stored on a blockchain, these two people, Manikanta and Prem, will be giving the acceptance to that particular transaction. Once they accept that, it will be stored permanently. When I say accept, what is that? It is again e-signatures. So using the private keys, accept that, and once they accept, both books of accounts will get updated. Just imagine a trust. Just imagine the benefits. Just imagine the rework it is going to eliminate. If this sort of imaginary concept is applied, why you are telling imaginary? Because this is not currently in practice. It's already in trials by many startups across Bangalore, many startups across Hyderabad. Even government is also working effectively on this. So once they prove this mechanism, they'll ask you to implement it. Give you a user ID, and using the user ID, your companies will be able to log in and certify the invoice, and there it's a true copy. Got it? So I just finished the triple accounting in a simple terms. If you didn't understand, I'll explain in Telugu so that the essence of today's discussion will be covered up. Yeah. So just to visualize, you can see Alice and Bob, or simply A and B. Alice is receiving something from Bob, say 5 rupees. Bob is paying to Alice 5 rupees. This 5 and 5 is already stored in blockchain one record as a separate record. Okay. So instead of 5 and 5, 5 and 5 here, one more accounting entry is written on a blockchain. You can see debit, you can see credit. So that way, we are calling triple accounting as a third copy of accounting. Simply, it's not 3 credits, 3 debits. No, that it's not about that one. Triple accounting means that a copy of accounting entry, a copy of transaction is first recorded on a blockchain, then it is syncing up with ERPs, and then accounting is getting loaded into company A and company B books automatically. Right? So I just try to, how real rectifications in general will be done on a blockchain. Again, the same thing. Rectification is very good question. What if unintentionally? Because I don't know. We both the parties agreed for a lesser amount. Okay. So tomorrow we agreed that, okay, this is not the amount for which accounting entry should be done. It was both of our mistakes. It was not an issue. It was not a quarrel. It was a genuine wrong entry. So what we need to do? Because you are saying it's a smart contract, due to that accounting is getting automated from a blockchain. So is there any mechanism to solve that? Yes, the mechanism is again reversal entry, or I can say rectification entry. You can never change the record, but you can pass rectification entries. Yeah, so that will be a new transaction again on the blockchain. Yeah. Thank you, Ganan sir. And Manindra sir, we have a question for larger entries. Is this how exactly? This is how, even I can show you a use case as well from Grant Thornton, the big 5. They have proposed a concept called inter.x. right? So that's a blockchain built by Big Four. Even EY has its own blockchain, OPS chain. I can talk more. Maybe in these subsequent discussions, I will talk more about the use cases. But for now, I'm not going to spend more time. So that is how the intercompany transactions are being recorded. As I told you, tomorrow, if I set up a company in India and abroad, we'll be having a private blockchain. On that blockchain, the transactions of Indian company with US company will be recorded, and there is no intercompany reconciliation at all. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So, yes, sir. Thank you for that. Yeah, exactly. That is how very big is doing it. And even GT example I can give you, EY example I can give you, where they are proposing these sort of approaches to their clients so that their product can serve the person. Okay, that is where we are coming in. We are designing this system. Yeah, of course, we are working with a developer. Being a functional consultant, being a CA, being a finance professional, we'll be sharing our idea. This is what we want. We'll be sitting with our developers, getting the product ready, selling it to our clients. That is what, right? And that is where our role comes into picture, because they want to implement this technology into our domains. So without our involvement, without our knowledge sharing, this will never happen. And due to that, I see a lot of potential for our professionals who knows these technology elements. Say tomorrow your client want to implement a blockchain and you are his auditor. Definitely they'll come to you and ask, where can I implement in this finance domain? And of course, you who will be advising him and who will be acting as a project manager to implement the blockchain in your domains. And that is the exact opportunity I got in my previous employment as well as the current employment. Right. Thank you, Manindra sir, for asking the question. And Kantipudi sir, we have a question. Could you please elaborate the difference between data recovery center and a blockchain? Okay. So data recovery center, again, that's an encryption mechanism only, which is following their own encryptions. So if at all in a I can say we have a very good term here. Not able to get that term. In a disaster recovery. Yeah. In a disaster recovery times, we can have that particular software running so that they'll be able to recover the data. And of course, they will be having certain time limits. Yeah. So tomorrow, today, if my laptop is crashing, I can get the backup only to certain point, because that's how it is scheduled. Correct. That is all about the data concepts and all. But with the blockchain, data will be stored always. Yeah. It can never be. You can say my acts are saying that data should be preserved for 5 years, for 6 years. But with blockchain, it is for infinite years. Yeah. You can never change the data. And you can never give an expiry date. Once the data is entered, it will be stored ever and ever, right? Right. And thank you, sir. Sachinagar, you can now, maybe you can, if you get it, you can simply say yes. Yeah. So Sairam has a question. How this stop collusion between parties staff? Isn't it important data and information of the companies available with the people managing blockchain? Exactly, sir. Exactly. You are asking about the access controls. Definitely. So here comes the public key and private key. Yeah. So using those encryption mechanisms, if assume my data is on a blockchain with Zomato or say Domino's, yeah, whatever. Okay. So I'll be having control over my data. That is not something which is currently possible. Facebook we are using, but we are not the owners of our data in Facebook. Rather, Mark Zuckerberg is the owner. He can share it, he can do it, or even the hackers are able to steal the data and use it for their purposes. So at the end, what I can say is we don't have control to our data. Agreed? I'm using LinkedIn very much, but tomorrow if LinkedIn is hacked, I don't have any control to stop it. LinkedIn being the owner of my data, I'm not the owner. LinkedIn is the owner of my own data, can sell it or can give it to hackers. But here, though Domino's is using a blockchain, though my data is on a blockchain, control is with me. It is absolute control of me whether I can share my data to Zomato also, or to Domino's also. Leave about hackers. Even the control is with me to share it to the company itself. Got it? So that's how the access mechanisms are there with the blockchain. Let me tell a common example. Client has given some information to file IT returns, right? His salary, his investments, or whatever. Currently, once he has shared it to you, he doesn't have any control. It is with us. It is with our laptop. It is with our office server. We can use it because he don't have any control, any further control. He already shared it. But assume if it is with a blockchain, assume that your company is so automated, client environment is so automated that he's sharing the data on a blockchain. He will have absolute controls and he can revoke the access at any time. Right? And that is what GDPR laws are telling you. GDPR. That is what the term which many companies say acts are asking us to use. Global Data Privacy Act. Let me just tell you the right word, GDPR. And this is what the GDPR complaints are telling us. Yeah, General Data Protection Regulation. I'm not sure how about its impact in India, but when I worked in Bahrain, this is what something to be mandatorily followed by every company. So customer should have the end control to share the data to you also. He can revoke at any time, right? If I'm a client to you, it's up to my authority whether I can share my data. I can set that sort of controls. Okay, I can share the data to you only up to next 24 hours. That's it. After 24 hours, you will never get access to my data. Within 24 hours, just see the data, close it up, close the return. So that sort of controls, that sort of privacy protocols or something possible with blockchain, right? So any more questions on that?
The question actually I was asking is, the person who is actually maintaining the blockchain will have all data. He will have the data. It's not that whether I share or not, because I need to share the data with the person who is maintaining the blockchain. And he will become the ultimate decider for what my company has to do. And how successful, because my accounting, I can't say I can share only a part or not, because it should be available with all the customers, because it's a double check happens at the time of entry. And once entry is done, the record is maintained and the record is available, and it will be seen by the persons who are actually maintaining the blockchain. So isn't it the information, the critical information, let me say, a food chain is there, or let me say production unit. A production unit may be having a product which they source from different places, and the ingredients are special in nature where they don't want to share with anyone. Here, purchase data gives it all. And the person actually can interpret that the way it can be done, and the file is out, and the company can be closed. So that's my point.
Small correction here, sir. I totally get your point with the examples of production unit as well as customer scenario. But here, though, first assumption is that, or first fact is that, though a company is hosting a private blockchain, he will never have access to your records. That is all again due to the concepts called hashing mechanisms or the encryption mechanisms. Yeah, it is you who is the ultimate owner of the data. And because of that objective only, the blockchain is coming in. So let me give it very clear. If you are storing a data onto a blockchain which is proposed by so-and-so company, it doesn't mean that you are giving your data to him. It means that you are storing your data, but control is with you. Yeah. And that control you are gaining with your private keys. Okay. So until and unless you are putting your public key there and you are allowing him access, you will never be able to share the data. That's the first thing. And again, when I say your data, it's again up to what information you are supposed to share, only that information will be shared. Yeah. Technically, we have a concept called zero knowledge proofs. Zero knowledge proofs, which means that verification is getting done without user knowing the information. This is one more technical term I would love to discuss more and more. But technically is called zero knowledge proofs, which blockchain is using, which means that I'll tell you a very simple example, sir. I'm going on a highway with my car. Okay. I have a license, and license, you know, that will be having a lot of information, my date of birth, my car details, or whatever. Now, police has stopped me and asking, so where is your license? Now, ideally, what I'm doing, I'm giving the license to him, showing all the information. But is it really required? His question is, do you have a license? Why I need to share my card, which is having all the information, my date of birth, my full name, my so-and-so, so-and-so. Why I need to share? Now, this scenario, let's understand on the blockchain. Here comes the concept called zero knowledge proofs, where if I give him access, the mechanism will verify, yes, Prem is having license, that's it. I need not show, but protocol, the algorithm will verify that Prem is having a license, that's it, there ends. Prem's date of birth, Prem's name, or my name will never be shared to the police even. So that's how the zero knowledge proofs work, and that due to that concepts, data will never be open to the owner also. Yeah, even the verifier also for that matter. And second thing, as you told, no, the protocol or the production, I can say production secret. Even the same thing that can never be shared. That will never be shared unless you want to share. You can enable that. Yeah. So I think it's a more like a technical question, but very interesting question. And the answer is it is due to ZKF, zero knowledge proofs. And this is something which has applications across passport offices, Aadhaar card verification, all the KYC, all the banking KFCs are going to do with these concepts. Thank you, sir. Even I can give you one more fantastic use case in Sri Lanka. There they have automated everything. All this KYC is happening with the blockchain. You can search it here in my blog, Sri Lanka. Sorry. Yeah. So let me just finish it off in the next 15 minutes now, so that we can take the doubts. So let it get loaded meanwhile. Okay. So let me compare with the GST invoice, which I already, which I assume that GST can very soon come out with this concept. So let's understand how the concept of invoice has changed. Believe me, this is something revolutionary concept, because now you are able to control the invoice generation at initial stage itself, right? So what is happening? How this e-invoice concept is happening? So here they are asking us to generate the JSON file, which means, see, imagine this looks like a blockchain scenario now. Imagine your ERP, they are asking to generate JSON, and that is communicating with the portal. Imagine this is portal is a blockchain. GST invoice portal is on a blockchain. I see a very resemblance here. So seller is or the invoice owner is raising an invoice, and that is communicating via JSON file. And there, this particular invoice portal is verifying the details, generating the hash, correct? Hash, the same thing which we talk about blockchain hash. A similar way, it is also encrypting the details. It is communicating to buyer. That's what blockchain is doing, right? A single mechanism. Now see this, what it is doing. It is eliminating all the reconciliations. If you are raising an invoice, raise through me. So you are accounting, and ERP is also accounting. Sorry, GST is also accounting. Correct? So I'm just imagining within the very few months, this concept, they'll come like, they'll say like, we are putting on a blockchain, that's it. The mechanism is already there. The only database, as of now, it is centralized. The database, they will be shifting to the decentralized, which they'll say it's a blockchain. So I see, I'm very happy to share this example. So currently it is already in practice. Only thing, the underlying technology is not a blockchain. Tomorrow that will be a blockchain. Process is same, no changes, right? Even you see how much they are automating. This particular portal, this ERP portal is already sharing with e-way bill, already sharing with GST main portal for filing the returns. So invoice portal is communicating to e-way bill, invoice portal is communicating to GST, and this portal is also communicating to both the ERPs of seller and buyer. Of course, it may not happen right now, but what if it happens? It's everywhere automated. And at the end, adding cherry to the cake, what if it is on a blockchain? Simply they'll change the underlying structure to the blockchain, and then we have a very good use case on a blockchain from GST. So these things are happening without our knowledge. Only thing, once we know the blockchain, we'll be able to imagine, oh, this is what these people are actually doing. So simply they'll change the architecture, and that's a fair use case for India. Right? So this is my assumption. ERPs also will be integrated in future. So all these monetary limits of, say, I'm not exactly sure because I'm not into COP for now. So those monetary limits of 20 crore or whatever, applicability of e-invoicing, all taken off at a fine day. Every invoice will be generating from this portal, and you can see the level of automation. Right? And at the end, it will be on a blockchain. Right. Correct? Or do we have any doubts on this e-invoices versus GST versus blockchain? Right? Just to continue on the similar lines, what are the benefits if this particular automated, I'm using the word automated, blockchain-based accounting system is working? What if it is already, it comes into practice? These are the benefits. No errors, no frauds. Because you can never change the data. If at all you want to change, you will be caught. Because blockchain records your name also whenever you are writing an accounting, whenever you are passing an accounting entry. Correct? So tomorrow, if I'm proposing a blockchain, I'll propose this way. Yes, this particular transaction should have a record of people who are acting on it. That's what, that is a general ERP thing. Even ERP also take that audit logs. Me being an accountant, if I pass some accounting entry, if I pass some JV, that JV will show my name. This is what passed by Prem. The same detail will be on a blockchain. So if at all I want to do something fraud, my record is already stored. So tomorrow, if my fraud comes into picture daylight, I'll be caught. So that level of accountability, that level of auditability is something this triple accounting system is going to bring in, because I can change the data in my books of accounts. I can change in my seller books of accounts or the customer books of accounts with dealing with him, but I can never change on the blockchain. So we all will be caught, right? So that's the transparency this particular triple accounting system is bringing in, and it is due to this feature we are running behind. All the tech companies are running behind implementing such a good product, such an innovative product, right? So yes, we do have all the audit logs for a infinite period of years. Mark my words, infinite period of years. No 6 months, no 6 years, no 5 years, no 3 years, infinite, right? And yes, it's giving a clear transparency because the ERPs are talking. It's not that take an accounting entry, check with other books of accounts by sending in an email, asking him confirmation. No, nothing. Everything can be verifiable under one roof, right? And next, it has decentralized controls, which means that no single person is the owner of this blockchain, because the term itself says it's a public ledger. Yeah, here I mentioned it. Yeah, here, public book. Public book means every government, every bank, every NCA, every authority, every income tax, every GST will be having access. Of course, when I say public, it's not that every citizen also will be having. That depends on the use case, but at least these players will be having an access. Correct? So there comes authenticity, because the transactions are genuine. If not genuine, you have an audit trail. Yeah, right? And they are secure because it can never be changed. And due to these things, we are getting trust into our accounting operations, our company operations, right? So that is all about the triple accounting system and blockchain. I think we are good to go. I think in the next 5 minutes, I'll be winding up the session. I think these are very much important since that we have heard about a lot. What is something for us? What being a chartered accountant I'm doing? What being a chartered accountant in practice we can do? What is something we can offer that we'll be seeing it now? So just to tell you, blockchain and finance, this is the combination of use cases that we are having into our domain. First thing, as I told you, triple accounting, which is gonna change completely the way we are passing accounting entries, the way we are reporting, the way we are auditing. Yeah, correct. Now, if every data is there on a single ledger, just imagine how easy the audit would be. Yeah, you'll be able to trace it. If something is wrong, you'll be able to track it and say this guy has done mistake. It is due to this entry, it was wrong. So you're able to crack the investigations if this is what happens, right? So we have a lot of use cases in audit, we have a lot of use cases in accounting, and then comes taxation. Of course, just imagine if entire of this system is there in blockchain. So if it is, let me tell you my own imagination, if assume every transaction is there on a blockchain, we are not required to file any returns. We are not required to file any monthly, quarterly, any GST audits, nothing. Everything will be verified at a data entry point only. And then we'll need to just certify that as a compliance mechanism. So no need of all these verifications, all these recancellations, all this paperwork. Yeah. So those things can be eliminated, or if implemented in a very well mannered, it will be eliminated. I can even say that. Yeah, all our IT returns will be automatic. No need of filing my return from the form 16. Everything will be automatic. Like, okay, Prem has earned so and so amount. That's one entry. Prem has spent so and so amount for car, for so and so, for so and so. That would be one more entries. So at the end, the database will be in a position to give the report of Prem. Okay, this is his net income. And with the smart contract, a tax amount will also be detected from my bank account automatically. Even I'm just exaggerating it, but still, that's the way it works in a smart economy or a smart city, right? Even Dubai is looking after that. China has a lot of blockchain use cases. If you ask me what is a blockchain city in the world, it's China. They do have numerous thousands and thousands of use cases, and the next one is Dubai, right? And within India, it is Telangana, right? And also talk more about finance use cases. Okay, transfer pricing. So currently transfer pricing, there are a lot of methods, there are a lot of documentation to be saved. Whenever we have a transfer pricing audit or TP, I can say scrutiny comes into picture. We should go out with a lot of calculations, past data, 4 years back, what happened, 4 years back, what is the comparable price, 4 years back, what is the agreement. So all these things we need to take out, but assume all these details are available on a blockchain, right? You can call it, you can say that as a true copy, and you can say to the IT assessing officer that, so this is what the basis that we have taken, so and so period. Done. So no discriminations, no verifications, never. So because everything is on a established blockchain protocols, you can take that information as a proof, right? Trade finance, very fantastic use case. I can say I can speak a lot of hours on this trade finance. What is trade finance? Take an example of letter of credit, right? So I'll show you why I need to speak. I'll just show you what is happening with the trade finance. Yeah. So this is what, sir, the thing I told you, Sri Lankan is using blockchain for shared KYC. So what this is doing is a KYC will be done by a single bank for a single time. That will be shared across all the banks. Let me make it very local. I want to open a SBI account. I'm giving all my Aadhaar card, PAN card, all these emails, phone numbers, whatever. Tomorrow I want to open ICICI, again the same process. Again, I want to open the HSBC account. I'm going to and doing all this process. For a bank account of a guy, why I need to do KYC for 3 times? Rather, Sri Lanka has established a blockchain. Of course, the city is in crisis now, but still they do have a fantastic use case. So one bank will do, put it on a blockchain that will be used by other banks. As simple as that. Just to tell you 2 sentences. One bank will do, that particular authorized KYC will be stored on the blockchain and that will be used by all the subsequent banks. Right? So you can see Dubai use case, you can see HSBC and Dubai use case, a lot of use cases around these things. So let me tell you trade finance. I'll simply type trade finance. So trade finance is one of the area where a lot of collaborations have happened within the banks, right? So just to tell you, yeah, you can see a lot of business use cases. So here what they're doing is they're collecting the data of supplier in India, exporter in India, importer in some other country, and they're putting all these contracts, all this information on a blockchain, where bank is verifying that information and bank is delivering finance. Yeah. And bank is automatically collecting from the respective bank accounts of importer and exporter automatically when the transaction is happening. So all this they're able to do because they are on a blockchain. You can ask me why they are not able to do on a central databases, because in central databases, they don't have the power to, right? So any hacker can steal the amount in between, or these sort of security protocols are not present there, or automated protocols are not present there. But if it is a blockchain, once the transaction is completed, the liability comes into picture, and bank amount will direct from the bank to, from importer to exporter. That's it. Automatically it happens via smart contracts. Yeah. So that is what the things are happening. You can see TradeLens. This is something from IBM and also from Marks. These 2 companies have come together and provided this concept called TradeLens. Yeah. So just to let you guys know, I'll just show you one more platform where they're doing the trade finance using blockchain. When I say trade finance, it doesn't mean only trade finance. It also automates the accounting. Like Praveen sir told in the earlier session, accounting is getting automated due to this, right? When an activity is automated, why not accounting? Why not auditing? Right? So they are integrating our accounting, our auditing into operations, and they are doing it on a one stream. You can see this is what the banking platform, and these are the various banks that are in collaboration. It's an international product, then so you can see all the international banks coming into and providing their own network. Okay. So one more thing, if you want me to show, I'll show TradeLens. So this is something from IBM and Masik. Oh, I'm sorry, this is something wrong that I'm not able to see because of this shared screen. Okay. So let me show you one of the best. Let me talk about OPS. Is something from EY. Yeah, you can see this particular Big Four has came up with a supply chain blockchain, which means you can verify your supplier's procurement. Which means, let me keep it very simple. You are a manufacturing company and you are procuring your car parts from your supplier, right? Now what they are doing, they are giving out a mechanism where you can verify whether your supplier is procuring genuine goods for you. So such a audit trail is being established using OPS chain. And this particular OPS chain from EY, of course, this is our company, our Big Four, our accounting firm, has also automated accounting and auditing inbuilt into this chain, right? So that is how these Big Fours are coming out with the products. Startups are coming out with the products, or even the I can say the even the government companies are coming out with these innovations. So all these things are happening. So I'm very much surprised when they propose the concept of e-invoice. It is actually a shared ledger. Only thing is there is no underlying in it. That's it. Tomorrow, if they are successfully implementing for all the clients, all the turnover SSCs, all kinds of turnover SSCs, then simply it doesn't take any time to migrate to blockchain because operations are already there. It's only underlying technology which they need to change. Right. So let me finish it up. Yeah. So that we have trade finance use cases. We have integration with ERPs, which I told you in my previous example. Also, we have cross-border payments and settlements happening on a blockchain. Right. So yeah, so just to conclude in the next 5 minutes, what are various offers or the career opportunities that we have for us as CS, company secretaries and CMS? Yeah, so I see various scope. I see a lot of scope in blockchain consultant, and the reason is very few people know this concept. As simple as that. So if we being known to this concept, what is something this concept is capable of doing, we can certainly suggest to our clients. We can open advisory wings, especially into our audit firms. Apart from our finance, audit, taxation, we can definitely open a consultant advisory for tech advisory for tech implementations, and that is something which I'm looking out. So those things can be those establishments, those separate advisory services can be started, and you can provide the first ever services into your regions, right? And also you can act as a blockchain auditor. So what is this? Yeah, so tomorrow your company is implementing ERP, correct? Your client, one of your client, that can be MSME, that can be big player, whatever, they are implementing ERP. They'll come to you and ask us to verify whether that ERP is accurate or not, correct? No, we do have IT auditors who will be doing this. Like I'll be passing some information like following the white box approach, black box approach, that critical things that we have learned. That will be passing it and will be checking the outcome. So similarly, tomorrow, if myself being a CS or with a blockchain certifications, all these things, tomorrow a client can come to me and say me that, so this is what the product I have implemented, but I am not sure about this audit. Can you certify it? Yes, with a blockchain knowledge, with the domain knowledge that we have, we'll be going to the premises, we'll be certifying, we'll be verifying it, and we'll be giving a certificate stating that yes, this blockchain project is working perfectly with no flaws, just like you do for ERP. Right. So these are the two major things I'm expecting at least, and this is certainly happening in the metros. Yeah, of course, the technology implementation takes time, but it is up to us to be ready so that we can have the early bird advantage. Yeah, and we can act as a project manager. So that is something which I did in my previous company, where yeah, I'll just show you for reference. This is something happened in Gulf Daily News, which is the international newspaper spread across 6 Gulf countries. So if you see, he's my CFO, he's my IT guy. He is my CTO, technology officer. He's the developer, and she's also from IT side. So I ran this project being a finance guy because I want to implement robotics into my operations. So if time is there, maybe in the next session, I would like to host a session on RPA because I have done a lot of work there. I have implemented, and the project success got shown into this GDNs. So here, why I'm telling is that you can represent the entire team from a finance, or we can represent entire team from the finance and accounting domains, taxation domains. We knowing the technology, we knowing the process, of course, we are the right fit. No other points to discuss. So, so there they have taken me as a project manager, and we are able to deliver RPA into our accounting and finance activities. So similarly, even the same might happen for blockchain. Yeah. So since we know blockchain, since we know the process, our clients may ask our help. Our employers might take us into the projects, right? So these are some extraordinary things which I may not talk more, but I think these areas I can see a lot of scope, right? So just to last words. So this is me. You can connect with me on the LinkedIn, which is where I'll be sharing all the industry updates on a daily basis. This is my LinkedIn ID, Premkasi CSCS. You can see all my posts, all the things, all my videos which I did in my YouTube channel, all these things, you can get it here. And of course, this is my contact number. You can, if you want to discuss something, or if you want to get some ideas, if you want to discuss some, have some tech discussions, you can definitely ping me on that. Yeah. And just to let you know, guys, I do have a course as well on RPA, which I have logged in on my own website, which is this one. Right, you can see my course. I mean, next session maybe we'll definitely talk about automation. Since today we have spoken about blockchain, we can talk a similar time for RPA. And all this for something I do. I do have course on my Udemy as well. So where you can see some 49 people joined here, from 50 people joined. Yeah. So I used to train those people. So feel free to connect so that we can share these updates. This is what my YouTube channel, which is Global Finex, where you can see some of the things I did last time. both I'll be doing in Telugu and English. Yeah. So that is all for today. Hope you enjoyed. If any discussion, any doubts, we can definitely have it. So anything you want to ask with specific to our profession or anything, any general discussions, we can definitely do it. Yeah, and also I would like to collect some feedback from you guys so that will certainly help me to improve the content. So I'm just sharing the feedback form. Yeah, so yeah, that's it all.
Excellent session, sir. We are truly updated with the blockchain and its concepts. We would like to take a few questions. If anybody is does have any questions, kindly ask them, sir.
This we can unmute and directly talk as well. I'll just stop my screen sharing. Yeah.
We are truly happy to understand these concepts where hashing, how hashing can coupled with blockchain prohibits hacking. How this enterprise blockchain has a future in our lives going to be. So this is truly a very path-breaking development. So I would like to ask Ravikiran Garu to kindly ask any questions if he has.
No, whenever chat is there, he is immediately giving the replies. Chat is giving questions also.
Yes, sir.
So
I think I finished.
So like blockchain technology, as and when a question is raised, he has answered it
instantly.
Yes, sir. Instantly is giving answers to that, no questions. That's for now.
There is no non-repudiation.
Sir, actually, I want to launch my own course, which I made it for RPA. Similar, I just want to launch my own course. That might take some time, but I'll just definitely record face-to-face videos and I'll just inform. That might take roughly 45 days because I need to set up all the content. I did it for RPA basically, so I just want to do it for blockchain, both the languages. So due to some issues, I'm not able to do it, but ideally it should have been completed by this time.
Sir, practically we are not acquainted with the blockchain, so time will come definitely. Then we will have those questions actually. Today we do not have much of question to ask actually. It is only.
Sir, Gangaram Garu, once we get into the soup, we will become the soup. Don't worry.
Definitely. Before taking the soup, it is the time actually to learn how to make all these things. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for our excellent session. Actually, I enjoyed 2.5 hours completely. Sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Actually, getting a chance like this, because I never expected that. Okay, I can freely talk to my state people. First time, sir.
First ఆశ్చర్యపోయింది తణుకు నుంచి ఇంత టాలెంటెడ్ ఉన్నాడా అని చెప్పి నేను ఫస్ట్ ఆశ్చర్యపోయాను. I'm acquainted with the తణుకు also. మాకు ఉన్నది అదే. Excellent. 2.5 hours. Very excellent.
Actually, ఇక్కడ బెహ్రెన్కి వెళ్ళాక కొంచెం నాకు ఇలా అనిపించింది సార్. అక్కడ ఏంటంటే నాకు ఫ్రీ టైం దొరికేది అనమాట. ఎల్ఎన్టీలో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఐ యూస్ టు డూ ఆడిట్, లైక్ మన విజయవాడ సుప్రీం కోర్ట్, అమరావతి ఇవన్నీ కూడా నేను ఆడిట్ చేసేవాడిని. సో అక్కడ ఉన్నప్పుడు నుంచి కొంచెం ఈ లైఫ్ ఉండేది, ఆడిట్ లైఫ్ ఇలా ఉండేది. వన్స్ ఐ వెంట్ టు బెహ్రెన్ నాకు అక్కడ ఫ్రీ టైం వచ్చింది. ఆఫీస్ 4:30 అయిపోతుంది అనమాట. ఇంకా ఫ్రీ టైం ఇక్కడ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఎవరు ఉంటారు, మనకు అంతలా పరిచయం అయిపోయి ఉంటారు. దుబాయ్లో పెద్ద కంట్రీ కాదు, బెహ్రెన్ అంటే చిన్న కంట్రీ. సో అప్పుడు ఈ టైం పెట్టాను, వై ఐ షుడ్ నాట్ లెర్న్, ఫ్రీ టైం వస్తుంది కదా అని చెప్పి యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్ ఒకటి ఇది స్టార్ట్ చేసి రీసెర్చ్ చేశాను. అప్పుడు ఐ యూస్ టు గెట్ అ వెరీ గుడ్ డిమాండ్. అంటే బ్లాక్ చైన్ కి మన టెక్నికల్ పీపుల్ ఉన్నారు, ఇంజనీర్స్ చాలా ఉన్నారు, బట్ వాళ్ళు చెప్పినప్పుడు ఏంటంటే మనకి దే నాట్ టెల్ యూ ఇన్ ఫినాన్స్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్. టెక్నికల్ కోడింగ్స్ ఇవి చెప్పేస్తే తప్ప ఫినాన్స్ లో ఎంత చేయొచ్చు మనం, ఈ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ వాళ్ళకి, బికాస్ దే ఆర్ టెక్నికల్ గైస్. అప్పుడు అనిపించింది నేను
రోబోటిక్ మాత్రం మీరు చెప్పలేదు కంప్లీట్ గా. అక్కడ
అసలు నేను అది అసలు అదొక 3 years బ్యాక్ టు బ్యాక్ తీసుకుంటాను సార్. ఎందుకంటే నా కోర్సే ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇంకా నేను డెప్త్ వెళ్తాను దానికి.
అది అక్కడ
ఇప్పుడు ఈ బ్లాక్ చైన్ వచ్చేసి ఓన్ రీసెర్చ్ సార్. అది ఆర్పి